Me? I'm not scrambling to do this quickly. I totally didn't forget about my green screen, and we're not we're not starting.
How is it? I'm trying a brand new bit, and I look over and I'm like, "Wait, you're doing a bit too? We can't both be doing bits." What's going on? What's happening? As we start off here, episode 50, we're supposed to be doing something new, and apparently
50.
Frank is doing a brand new bit where he is setting up the studio as we speak live. It is your boys.
Boom,
we are, excuse me, we
swig.
are the Pay Window Podcast. We are on the Sandbox Podcast Network. Shout out, my boy,
to the big boss man.
Shout out to the big boss man.
Yo.
What's going on? What's happening?
How can we sit here and talk for over 45 minutes?
I know.
And then when it comes
showtime, everything goes wrong.
Oh crap! Whoops! I'm like, son of a, you know what? God damn it!
What's going on? It's your boy Vernon Somoza, the wrestling opiner, wrestling manager, podcaster, all types of fun stuff, y'all. What's going on? What's happening? Coming to you, looking forward to it. We are just one more episode of this format. One more episode. We're going to talk to you about
wait, hold on. This is the second to last episode. Don't get confused.
Second to last, excuse me. Now, you're right. 52
yeah. Is when we restart the format.
We will restart the format. I'm excited. We have started the research, so I'm hype. I'm excited, and the man who is helping to spearhead the change in the new season as we wrap up this current season, my boy, the persuasive pontificator of phony pugilism, Frank Champion.
Is this like Vader? I'm trying to get Vader flex. Oh, there it is. Wrong way.
Ow.
Vader
my boy,
flex.
Frank Champion. Vader flex. What's happening, man?
I'm big.
How you going Vader flex when I'm wearing the Vader shirt? I'm gonna have to wear that Vader shirt.
Next time you got to wear the Vader shirt. I'm trying to like get rid of all that nastiness behind me on my green screen.
But you got to change the background because it's not even us.
That's not even Jesus. Welcome to the Pay Window Podcast. This is definitely not Hoop Haven. Shout out Big Boss Man. On the same network. Make sure you catch Hoop Haven every other Friday, 4 p.m.
There it is.
Bravo DSP. The boss man will love that plug.
Word. Anyway. And you can give us a listen to on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon Music, iHeartRadio, and Radio Public. So if you're listening to us from any of those places, what's going on? What's happening? Nope. Shout out to you. Hey, if you're on Spotify, listen to this. Why don't you write us a question? Let us know. Say hi to us.
Yeah.
Let us know you're listening. It's how we know.
If you're on Stitcher listening to this, how are you still doing that? How are you still listening to us on Stitcher?
Correct. Stitcher doesn't exist.
Yeah, I don't know. If you tell me, I always listen to you guys on Stitcher, you're lying. You're lying. Just saying. So, Vern,
what's up, my boy?
It's episode 50.
Yes, sir.
I think it's been a long time. It's been about 100 full weeks of professional wrestling.
It has been.
How do you feel about that, man? 50 episodes is big, man. It's big.
It is. You know what? I'm happy to see how we've developed. Can I tell you? I listened to our old shows.
Is it cringy already?
Oh, I hate listening to our old shows because I'm like, what am I talking about? What am I going on? I'm just like, what am I going on about? I'm so impassioned, yet I've made no point whatsoever. Like I listen to my original arguments. I'm like, I'm so impassioned, right? But like, what am I so impassioned about? Yeah.
Right. I hear you. So we throughout the years that we've been doing this, because now it's like 2 years now, right? We're getting to the year 3 we're going into, and the whole change. We've put up some wagers, some notes to always go through, and I'm trying to weed those out before we start the new format. So
yeah, man.
Every episode until we hit 52, which is 2 episodes, I will review and go back to the top. So I've got a few. One, I've got to give myself the old this way. I gotta stretch my arm out here. The old Barry Horowitz pat on the back, or the Tommaso Ciampa pat on the back, one of those. Vern, last time we were here, I said, what's the main event for Mania besides the Rumble? What's the title match going to be? Who's going to win that triple threat match? Right? Is it going to be Orton? Is it going to be AJ? Or is it going to be LA Knight? And you were like, it's going to be Orton. It's got to be Orton. It's got to be Orton for sure. And I said, hear me out. I said, allow me this volley, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And that is actually what you said.
Yeah, allow me this one volley.
Yes, sir.
And I sent it back to you, and I said, what if we get a fatal 4-way? And you said, damn, that's a good point. I think that's a possibility too. I can see it.
And I told you, I said, I hadn't considered it, but that's crazy enough that it would be kind of cool. And WrestleMania 2000 inspired. Why not?
Because I look at it like they haven't really done anything like that for the title during Roman's entire reign. We got triple threat at Mania. Yeah. We haven't had too many multi-man where he's the champion and he's in jeopery. Usually it's 1v1 with Roman. I was like, you've got three hot.
Right?
No, it's not. It's not. Especially in this day and age, because usually everything's multi-mans and it's 48 men in one match. Then it turns into your car crash match of the week. But yeah, I mean, I figured you have LA, you've got AJ, you've got Randy. You don't want to kill all their momentum that they're just building back because two of them just returned, and one of them's one of the hottest baby faces right now. Why not all three? And just like it unfolded on television, Vern, like I wrote it, put me on the writing team. That's what I sent you in the text. Put me on the writing team. We got a fatal 4-way match at the Rumble. We'll talk about it later. I just wanted to make sure we clear that out of the way now. There's a few other things. Oh, I did that wrong. Let's see here.
You just reminded me of when I find it. I got my car crash match of the week, actually.
Oh, you got one?
I do have one to add to the list. When I find it, I will let you know.
Okay, perfect. Another one was now, Vern. We tried to poll the audience. We got no response. So I guess we're going to have to be the judge, the jury, and the executioner on this one. Not too long ago, I don't remember the exact episode, but we were talking about Flair.
Yes, we were.
I mean, we've talked about Flair a good amount of times here, but the last time, man, we wow, in 100 weeks, Flair died in the ring. I just realized that we had a prepare for Flair episode, and then the next episode after that, we were talking about how he almost died in the ring. But anyway, I'm trying to find it. I guess it was the War Games episode. It has to be. Yeah, it had to be the War Games episode where we spoke about Ric Flair coming to AEW. And I made a wager that said, if Ric Flair wrestles, it's a very vague word when you think about it, wrestles in AEW, I will purchase a Ric Flair shirt of your choosing. And they are awful. They are awful. And I would buy a case of Woo Energy. So, Vern, I don't have the clip. I don't know if you can find the clip. That was AEW Homecoming, right? Homecoming 2024. Am I correct here? I know you're searching for something, but
yeah, it was the other night.
Okay, so come on, I know it's got to be somewhere on like Twitter. I'm looking for it now. This is probably something I should have looked for beforehand, but I kind of just called this one.
The joy, right? The joy of us like being like, oh man, I just remember something great. All the time we spent chatting beforehand, we're like, wait,
we're like, oh yeah, that's right. Crap, maybe we should have done this. So yeah, I'm trying to find it, but I'm not. Maybe I can punch in a few more words. Okay, I found it. You think AEW will come for us, right?
Yes. They are not playing games, AEW.
So I'll be honest. If this part of the video gets clipped away,
okay.
I don't care. I'll show it, no audio. Right when I say that, the audio starts. I'll show it, no audio, because Vern, I don't know. I think we have to be the judge together. You know what I'm saying? So here's what I'm thinking. Ric Flair is in street clothes. Okay. All I said was he needs to wrestle, right? Before we start the video, how about that? Well, let's make the guidelines of what it is to be considered wrestling in this ring. What would you consider it? What criteria would he have to hit?
That's what I was struggling with. Did we mean him actually getting physical in the ring, or did we just mean Ric Flair having a match?
I just said wrestles.
Yeah. Okay.
So it's not like I was specific about it. All I said was if he wrestles. Now, does that mean he needs to be in boots and knee pads and put the robe back on and it's a sanctioned match?
True, which we know wouldn't happen.
No.
We've
We've
seen him get physical. We hope
it
wouldn't. All right, so we've seen him get physical on the outside, but this time he actually got in the ring.
Okay, now that's why I was going to say that might be a criteria. The fact that he's in the ring.
Hit play.
So just hit play. We're not going to do parameters. All right, we're going to hit play. There's no audio. I'll explain it for the audio listener. Yeah, we got Flair.
Describe it to us.
Squaring up with Powerhouse Hobbs. We got Takeshita in the ring. A chop is thrown by Flair. Second chop by Flair. Hobbs is then egging him on. Poke to the eyes. Takeshita now interacts with him, and Sting comes to help. Throws a right hand on Takeshita, followed by a second and a third. Off of the ropes goes Sting, and a clothesline over the top. Down goes Takeshita to the outside. So here's Darby and Sting now. So I think that's all Flair did, because Darby just did the suicide to the bottom.
If you go back and watch Rick,
it'll clip back.
Okay, now watch Rick.
Chop.
Now that you've talked about it, watch him. Describe what he's doing just exclusively. Two chops.
He's oh, there goes some audio. I didn't want to do that. Can I be honest? What he's doing, let's blow ourselves up a little bit, is classic Ric Flair wrestling stuff. Okay. All gimmick stuff he would do in the ring. Chop, bigger man. He stings them. He stinged them. And he went, no, brother, and thumb to the eyes or fingers to the eyes. So let me go back to the clip. Again, I don't care if any of this gets taken away from us. It's no big deal. Flair, and then he gets goozled, right, by Takeshita until Sting comes for the save, because Flair can't bump, right?
Flair can't do anything.
Flair's barely getting out of, they had to cut away.
If you go hit play and watch in real time, watch him. He almost falls over.
All right, we're watching Flair one more time. Okay, chop. He had to take that step forward for that chop. Whoa, no, yeah, there you go. Goozled.
Takeshita. Look,
oh my God, he had to get the rope.
But watch him.
Leg over.
No.
Okay, down to a knee. He's good. What do you mean?
Wait.
He looks like me when my knee hurts.
He has the ref put his hand on his back.
You okay, Rick? Hey, Rick, everything okay? I'm good, brother. I'm good, brother.
It's, you know what? One part of me goes, man, it's not bad. The other part of me says, but why?
I don't need to see that. Why? Okay, but here's what we need answered. Did Flair wrestle?
Let me ask you a question.
Okay.
You get booked on the show, right?
Yeah.
And you're the manager.
Okay.
There's a spot where I'm gonna need you. I'm gonna need you to chop the guy, thumb to the eye, babyface gonna walk over, make the save. Then you just stand back on. I need you to stand back on the apron again, and get out the way.
I worked.
Okay. Would you describe it to anyone else? Would you tell people you not wrestled tonight, guys? Right?
Let me ask you. Would you? You were a manager. No. Would you?
No.
You wouldn't.
I wrestled tonight. I wouldn't. I wrestled tonight. No.
You wouldn't say that.
I would have said if I was in a match, I would have told you I wrestled tonight. But if I would have told you, oh no, I did. I would have told you I had some interaction, but I didn't wrestle. I think
that answers the question. Then he did not. I was leaning towards he didn't, because it was just him playing his greatest hits. It wasn't really anything more than that.
That's why I wouldn't
call it. He went in there, started bumping around, rolling around. Oh God. Maybe he didn't sell.
Well,
for me at all.
Look, if we find Flair in a tornado tag Because it has to be something where he doesn't have to bump or wear clothes or wear trunks, just
Wear
wear
trunks.
street clothes. Excuse me, wear
Oh
clothes.
God.
I want to wear
And
clothes.
a Woo Energy shirt.
A Woo Energy robe, Woo Energy trunks. Yeah.
Oh.
Sponsored by Woo Energy.
Hey, just in case you didn't know, 143-day reign as FTW champion for Hook.
Okay.
So yes, we're gonna say no to that. I don't have to get a shirt, thank God, and I don't need a case of Woo Energy so far.
Not yet.
When is Sting retiring? March or April?
Yes.
Yes. Is it April or is it March?
I think I do want to say
I said
March.
two things. I'm about to say, do you want milk and cookies, or McDonald's? Yes. I was like, wait, huh? All right, let's get to the start now. We're 15 minutes in. We've got a lot of quick hitters tonight, Vern. This one's going to be a different episode. I like it. For episode
Would you
50,
say they're heavy hitters?
Ooh. I don't know if they're heavy.
Well,
some of them are. Well, let's talk about it. All right. First one is very light. First one's light. It's not even wrestling.
Really?
It's technically has nothing to do with wrestling.
Okay.
The only reason why I'm bringing it up is because it has to do with a wrestler's son.
Okay.
I believe
what are we talking about here?
Chris Killings.
Are we talking about Ron?
Killings. We're talking about the newest member of the Judgment Day, Ron the Truth.
Killing it, by the way.
Whoa.
What an appropriate name. Killing it, by the way.
I think this kid's name is really Christopher Killings. But I put in Chris Killings, and it popped up that dude he has a Netflix special on him, this true crime guy who did The Unthinkable. Remind me to talk to you about it later. That guy was a POS for what he did.
Okay, fair enough.
His real name is Chris Watts. I put it in the private chat. So what I was going to say is Christopher Killings. I'm trying to get a picture of, but it's kind of grainy. I think it's because it's his Instagram. But Christopher Killings got his 1,000th point today. Was it today, I think? Let me just make sure I'm not saying the wrong thing. Yes, today. Today, he reached his 1,000th point, career point for his school, which is Penn State University, Greater Allegheny. So, real quick, Vern, I know.
What does that mean? Does that mean... is that a JUCO?
We're from New York.
Okay.
I believe it's JUCO or like.
Okay. So it's a JUCO. All right. It's a JUCO D3. All right. Got you.
It's treated like SUNY Brockport, SUNY Orange.
Yep.
SUNY Oneonta.
I didn't realize that Penn State as a name was like a SUNY name. Like I didn't
know that either, but I think the Penn State we all know and love is Penn State somewhere. I don't know that town that they're in for that.
Happy Valley? No. Nittany Valley?
No, they're the Nittany Lions.
Nittany Lions, excuse me. Dang, it has been forever since I played NCAA. Happy Valley? What is that?
So they're in State College. Say it again. Happy Valley? Happy Valley, I think, is like
ranch dressing.
I think Happy Valley is ranch dressing. There's Death Valley. Happy Valley is definitely ranch dressing. What? Okay, Vern. Okay, Vern. We're gonna let that one slide.
Yeah,
we're gonna let that one slide.
College town. Okay, yeah. What's a college town?
So it's pretty much. It's weird because even they have their own conference.
Yeah.
All these Pennsylvania state schools play in the same conference. It's called the Pennsylvania State Athletic Conference. I've never heard of that. So it's like you play sports in the state of Pennsylvania. If you don't go to state college, you play at these colleges. Y'all all play each other. Weird. Y'all are all called Penn State something. So let me just read this real quick. This was in McKeesport, Pennsylvania. I was trying to get a good picture of it. Can I get it right here? Oh, nice. I saved it. Here we go. While I read this article. Sometimes you just got to do it on the fly, Vern. You know what I mean?
Make it happen.
Sometimes you're better off on the fly. Bam. There it is. There's Chris and there's Ron, and I'm guessing that's Coach. Right? Who else would that white man be in that photo? He's not the mother, right?
Nope. He got that coach build.
Yeah, he definitely has that coach build. Like he was probably like a really good short point guard in his day. And life happens. And, this It's my favorite line, brother. Life happens.
Life comes at you fast.
All right, here we go. Here's the headline. Killings goes over 1,000. Men's hoops remains undefeated in the PSUAC. McKeesport, Pennsylvania. What is it? Dateline, January 17th, 2024. That's how you do it, right? That sounds right. On a cold winter night outside, Christopher Killings turned up the heat inside. Killings was the second Penn State Greater Allegheny men's basketball player to go over 1,000 points this season. He finished the game with 17 points in a 107-85 win over Penn State Dubois. The win kept GA undefeated in the PSUAC at 10-0. The night saw 4 GA starters finish in double figures, with Jeremiah Miller adding 21, Devin Green 12, and Bryce Phillips 24. And there's something about Penn State Dubois, but really that was it. Just wanted to give our Truth's kid a little acknowledgement. 1,000 points is not an easy task.
Okay.
Especially in college.
Okay. I was going to ask you, I was like, so we're talking college sports. So D3, so difference D3, D1 is speed. What are you talking in terms of difference of the game? What's the difference of the game?
I would say, Vern, for D3 is a step up from college. Okay.
Okay.
Great comparison here. So me and the bro, we went to a UMass Lowell basketball game. They played a school from Boston called Emerson College, D3 University. Their centers were listed. You see what I'm doing here? We're listed at 6'5". I so happen to have floor seats. I splurged. I spent $15 and got floor seats. Okay. Instead of the 10 for general admission, like a normie. I had floor seat, whatever. It's in the smaller arena.
Sure.
So they walk right by you. The visitors walk by you to leave the arena to go to the lockers. It's like an old school gym. You might as well be a high school gym. So these 6'5" guys are walking by me on a shoot. Vern, how tall am I?
6'3".
Me and you about the same height, 6'3", right?
Yep.
These guys walk by me. Me and them are the same height. Me and them are eye level. I said, oh. I was like, you guys are 6'3" and 6'2". Like, you guys aren't even 6'4", 6'5", like it says on the.
No, I was working height. Okay, so 6'5" was the working height.
Now, yeah, there you go. Like me, I'm 6'4". I'm 6'4" when I wrestle. I'm not 6'3". Yeah. I'm 6'4". UMass Lowell. They are a Division I basketball school. They recruit top talent. They're a very good basketball team. In comparison, actually, I won't tell you the final score yet. In comparison with height, some of the guys, their warm-up line was right in front of us. There was a kid there. He was 6'8". On a shoot, I had to look up to him. He might have been 6'7" and 6'6", but he was taller than me. There's another kid that was there, center. He wasn't playing. He was helping clean up around the building. 6'9". Big kid. Yeah, big kid. There was another one, 6'5", 6'6". I'm like, okay, these kids are really these heights that they're talking. So in comparison on the level, UMass Lowell, D1, defeated Emerson, D3, 116-58. Okay, that's 40 minutes of basketball.
Wow.
40 minutes. Okay.
Holy heck.
Yeah, they beat the dog. They had half. It was 58-29. They both doubled up. It was 58-29 at halftime and 116-58 at the end of the game. It was crazy. After the game was over, the first 2 minutes, I saw the first basket. I said, "Yeah, this game's over." At first bucket, I was like, these dudes don't have a chance because it was so effortless for UMass Lowell. I was like, yeah, I don't have a chance. But anyway, so
like
our true son, yeah, like that. Those dudes are really good. I'm going back to go see him again.
That's cool. Okay, man, that's like when I went to watch the Long Island Nets. I went to watch them play the Atlanta Hawks. The Atlanta Hawks, right? That's the team.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Okay, well, I watched.
Maybe their affiliate because you went to see the Long
Island. Well, yeah, I went to see the affiliates.
League,
yeah, I went to watch the affiliates, the G League. Mm-hmm. And same thing that I noticed. You know, one thing I noticed about the game was just how physical it was, and I realized how physical the game of the professional basketball was. Mm-hmm. But I guess like that would be the difference that I noticed was just like, man, they were laying it in, like
right.
It sounded like they were working. You know what I mean? It sounded like they were nipping. I was looking for the thigh slaps. I was like, hold a second. I know how you get them sound. I was like, where the work at?
Like where
I was looking for the sound effects. But go ahead.
Mm-hmm. So you were asking me, like, is it hard to get 1,000?
Yeah, in basketball. So that's why I asked you the scale of the game, right? Like again, as you get in college football, the way I remember you taught me back in the day was as you progress through the different leagues, as the game got faster. From Division III football to D1, it's not so much that people got better, but they got faster. The game is faster, the pace is quicker. So even though you could be strong, you could be tall, have the body for it, if you couldn't have the speed for it, it didn't matter. You couldn't keep up with the game. So that was like the
Okay.
difference in like in the leagues. So like explain to me like now college D3, you're telling me height and everything, like maybe
All
that's not
that matters.
fair.
All that
Yeah,
matters.
all
So
that matters.
I'm just
Okay.
trying to give you. I want to give you. I'm trying to find one for you that's good because there's a several thousand point scorers
Okay.
in college. I'm trying to give you
That
a name
aren't
you might
1,000-point
know
scorers in the league, or
in
that
the
didn't do
NBA.
anything. Yeah.
Oh! I'm
Does it
sure. I'm
translate?
sure.
I mean, does it translate? Like, if you're a 1,000-point scorer, does that translate you're a 1,000-point scorer in the league? Okay.
Here's one
So it's like college.
example
You
I'm
could
going
be
to
a
give you.
Heisman and show up in the league, and
And be
you're
a
riding
bum, an
shotgun. Okay.
absolute bum.
Okay.
Absolutely, that's
Okay. Okay. Okay.
possible.
Okay.
Okay. So here we go. Real quick. Here's a guy you might have heard the name before. You might have
Sure.
heard the name before from the '90s, and then we'll move on from this topic.
Sure.
His name is Eldon Campbell. Is that a name that sounds familiar? Used to play for the
Yeah.
Los Angeles Lakers.
No.
His
Go
name
ahead
was
though.
Eldon Campbell. He was a power forward. He went to the University of Clemson between the years of 86 and 90. That is 4 years of Division I basketball.
Mhm.
He played all 4 years. From 86 to 90, he scored 1,880 points in those 4 years. Okay. In comparison, because you asked, like, how does that translate to the league, right?
Yeah.
How does that translate? Eldon Campbell was for your reference, so you have an idea who I'm talking about, was a perennial starter.
Okay.
Every year he was starting on somebody's team for the most part until he got up in age.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that happens.
Sure. The
Okay.
natural progression of sports.
He averaged 10 points a game through 1,044 games he's played. Okay. 10.3 games in 1,044 games. He scored 10,000 points in his NBA career. In 1,044 games, he scored 10,000. Okay.
Wow.
LeBron is 38. He has 38,000 points in the league. He's the highest scoring player ever. He just passed Wilt. 38. He had
What? Did he?
38,000. Yes.
Are you being serious?
I'm dead serious. He'll be
He
at
just
40,000.
passed Will Chamberlain?
A couple months
I
ago.
didn't
He
know
passed
that.
Will Chamberlain.
What?
Yes.
Wow. I'm shocked
He's
I
the
didn't hear that.
number one
Wow.
scorer. But LeBron has also been playing at a very high level for 20 years. Remember that. When we graduated, pretty much
Bruh.
LeBron was starting. Remember
I
that.
forgot Big Suit LeBron. Wide Big I forgot about
Crazy,
yep.
right? We was
Yeah,
working at Sports
Slam
Authority.
Magazine cover. Shout out to Slam Magazine, bro.
Right, with the
What?
big white suit on. Suit
Yo.
big enough for me and you.
Yeah.
Big enough for me and you, right? So that's Division I players we're talking about.
Wow.
He scored 1,880 points, and then he wound up scoring 10,000 in the league. Okay. You won't see the record get usually broken nowadays because most kids that are really good don't stay all 4 years. Most of the people who are, I'm looking at it right now, a bunch of colleges, it's showing me the top scoring leaders. They stay 4 years. They stay 5 years.
Okay.
4 years because you need, like, there's somebody, the highest scoring person ever in college basketball goes by the name of John Pierce. And I'm not talking about the wrestler that I wrestled not too long ago. This guy from Lipscomb, he scored 4,000 points in his 4-year career from 90 to 94. All they did was they must have just passed him the ball. Like, hey, what are we doing today, coach? Just give it to John. Just give it to John. Stop asking questions. That's clear. That'd be the only way. The next person is a guy from the 50s. Then there's a kid this past year, he hit 3,664 in 5 years because they had that free COVID year. They didn't get eligibility.
Yeah.
So this kid probably also had that COVID year, our true son. He probably had the COVID year that gave him a little extra time. But again, now he's in D3. So for him to score 1,000 points in Division III basketball, good for him. Good for him. That can translate to a possible decent scorer in D2 and maybe a guy who rides the bench in D1. But again, good for him. We've spent a lot more time than I expected to.
I know, yeah, but hey, man,
but
the joy of an organic conversation.
Right, of course. All right, let's again, shout out to him. Shout out to Christopher Killings for getting his 1,000th point. Shout out to R-Truth for conceiving his child, and then 9 months later he arrived, and then now here he is 20 some odd years later scoring 1,000 points. Hey, he did that. He did that, right?
Word.
All right, so from that to something different, we're going to talk about Blk Jeez.
Yo, yeah, man, what a story.
So I've got the release from the NWA. So this is straight from the desk of Billy Corgan. All right, here we go. You ready? National Wrestling Alliance star and cancer survivor Blk Jeez survived shooting, attempted carjacking. Dateline, January 12th, 2024. I'm going to start doing it for that every time now. Philadelphia. National Wrestling Alliance star and cancer survivor Blk Jeez, legal name Darnell Kittrell. He should have just ran with that. That's a great name. Survived an attempted carjacking on Thursday, January 11th at approximately 7 p.m. in Philadelphia. Kittrell, who was in his vehicle, was approached by 4 masked men. In the course of the incident, one of the assailants shot Kittrell in the hip, resulting in a non-life-threatening injury. Kittrell, who possesses a permit to carry a gun, used his legally registered firearm to defend himself and returned fire. The suspects fled the scene, and investigators are currently reviewing surveillance footage for leads. Kittrell was taken to a local hospital and is recovering. The incident presents another unfortunate setback for Kittrell, who was scheduled to make his return to in-ring action Saturday, January 13th at NWA Paranoia in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. In spring 2023, the competitor was diagnosed with multiple myeloma. Myeloma? Yeah. I don't know if I'm saying that right. Is it myeloma?
I think so.
I'm about to have Google translate it for me because I hate mispronouncing stuff like that. Come on. Okay, forget it. What is that? It's the cancer of your plasma cells.
Yeah, it's a blood cancer. Yes,
God. Sir. Oh my God. In myeloma, the cells grow too much, crowding out normal cells in the bone marrow that make red blood cells. Oh, wow. That's insane. It definitely says it right after. A form of blood cancer that develops in plasma cells in the bone marrow, and Kittrell's courageous battle with cancer since has been one of resilience and determination. In response to the terrifying carjacking and shooting, Kittrell expressed his gratitude for the early outpouring of support. He states, quote, "I was looking forward to making my return this weekend. I would love to make the trip regardless of the soreness and the pain that I am in. However, my gut tells me to stay home with my family this weekend. I look forward to making my return at the next NWA event. Thank you to everyone for your continued support." NWA President William Patrick Corgan also wished Blk Jeez a speedy recovery, expressing anticipation for his return to NWA Signature Live events. Is that what they call them? Signature Live events? Quote, "We stand by Blk Jeez during this challenging time and wish him a swift recovery. His strength and resilience have inspired us all, and we eagerly await his return to the NWA ring. Our thoughts are with him and his family," end quote, stated Corgan. NWA Paranoia. I'm not reading that part. I'm not reading that part. Shout out Blk Jeez defending himself, recognizing he was in a poor situation out in Philly and getting out alive. That's literally all I want to say about that. There's really not much. I don't know if there's much to say, Vern.
Nah, man, just stay safe out there, beloved.
Philly, it's Philly, bro. But he's from Philadelphia, so I know he knows the environment, right? But still, be safe, right? You got family. Forget wrestling. You got family. You got kids that are relying on you and looking forward to seeing you at the end of the day.
Yeah,
and it's funny because let me have heard of this. Let me have heard of this 8 years ago or 9 years ago. I'd be like, oh man, it's just a bunch of ignorant fools acting up. I'm glad Blk Jeez got out of there. Now it's like, bro, adult me is like, we got to be smart in these situations. You know?
100%. Yeah.
I'm sure he was just going to the store. I'm sure he's just going to the store. He probably got a nice enough vehicle where he got targeted. You know what I mean? Hopefully he wasn't driving a Kia because, you know, them Kia boys be out there. I don't know if you heard about that. The Kia boys don't play. So it's just insane. But I'm glad all he got was a shot in the hip and he's going to be able to make a full recovery. Correct. I mean, this dude, I didn't realize he had that kind of cancer, any kind of cancer to begin with.
Yeah,
when
man,
I saw it say
cancer for a while, it came back. Yeah, no.
I just blew my mind. He's again, we could talk wrestling, but it doesn't really matter. Yeah. The dude can go, he can work. So I'm glad he's gonna be able to come back.
Blk Jeez from back in the CZW days. Now he's a manager. He's a manager stuff since the cancer stuff. He's really become more of a manager role. And
good,
you know. Shout out to him.
So you saying that tells me that there's always a spot in wrestling. Even if you were a former guy who was in the ring, there's always a spot for you somewhere else.
Yeah, man.
Just like in the NFL or the NBA or MLB, where these guys become players, they then become analysts because they were a part of the game and they know what they're talking about. We as professional wrestlers, independent wrestlers, whatever you want to call us, we can do the same thing. And I'm slowly doing that myself because I told myself 40 and in the indies is not for me.
Yeah.
I'm not
Listen,
doing it.
it's like you said, man, it's just about knowing what works for you. And hey,
I mean, me personally, I couldn't be, and then some of my peers are 45,
sure.
still bumping around with guys who are in their 20s trying to make a come up. And I mean like come up, like kids that'll be coming out of chaotic, that are looking to want to do every single flip in the book. And I'm not gonna mesh well with them at 45 years old, and I can barely move. I don't want to do that.
We got it, brother.
That.
Yes. Can we, in light of this conversation?
Sure.
Can we do the my car crash match of the week? It's in the chat.
Oh, did you send it?
It's a highlight reel that some Instagram account posted. I've seen it there on Reddit.
It's just a highlight reel?
Yeah, it's yes, sir.
Oh, it's Myron Reed.
Yes, Myron Reed and Malachi Jeffers from DPW this weekend. 3 days ago, it was posted. I don't know when it was from, but it's from DPW.
Where is DPW? That's where Mansoor and what's his name made their debut, right?
Yes. So I was asking you guys, like, should I check these shows out? Because it seems like they get a really hot crowd.
Is DPW on IWTV?
No, DPW I think has their own streaming service.
Okay, all right. I wanted to start this, but I don't know when the clip starts, so I don't know. Do you want sound for your car crash match of the week?
I mean,
it doesn't matter. It's on Instagram.
I think it's just the audio for it's just the audio from the show. So I don't, if you want to have it, it's fine.
I mean,
sure, yeah, if you want, yeah, because I mean, hey, it's
sure,
we can. Right? Yeah, I don't think there's anything wrong.
Okay,
with that.
so tell us what the car crash match of the week is, dude. What I've seen so far is ridiculous.
Yes,
it's just that I don't know when it starts. Maybe if I just hit refresh and I'll do it that way.
Okay,
so go ahead and explain.
Yeah, so just set it up real quick. All I know is, in terms of the match, it is Myron Reed against Malachi Jeffers for DPW.
What in the world?
And
I'm sorry.
You got, brother, you have to put it. It's the craziest stuff. It reminds me of that ladder match we saw that one time where like you just started scratching your head going, what am I watching?
I mean, BMT does that move, but he made that look smooth. Okay.
All right, so it's about to start over again. Ready?
It starts over again, right? So we're here. Okay. Oh, I didn't realize it was already up. I just noticed that it was already up. So you probably saw me read what I was reacting to.
Yes. Yeah. Go ahead.
Right, here, I hit refresh again.
Yeah, hit refresh. And
okay. Fresh.
Enjoy.
No, huge challenge. And look out, Malachi. Stay up high. Wow. What's that again? W win over Reed, obviously. Reed avoided that kick. Comes over with a... My goodness. Malachi has it locked in. He's trapped. Calling for the mallet cutter. I don't know if he should have called for it. Yeah. Getting momentum. Here he comes. Allowed Myron Reed to recover. Yeah. Myron is aggressive block. Able to recover. Yeah, that's a rare ability of agility. Looking forward, you have to be anticipating it. So that's the first thing you want to avoid. My goodness, I'm always impressed by the agility of Myron Reed and how he continues on the outside. Malachi called for his early run this time. Trying one more time. Reed! From the ropes. Oh, mallet cutter! That's a cutter, not the mallet cutter, though. That's a mallet cutter! That's gonna do it, Blk. I'm promising it,
Listen, man. Listen.
The scramble match right here. A huge challenge.
Listen, dude.
You gotta, yeah. Go ahead,
dude.
So for a minute, we didn't even say anything because there was nothing to be said. What you're watching.
You can't talk when stuff like that is happening on the screen. You can't. What did I just watch?
All right, my car crash match of the week, sir. What'd you think?
I've always liked Myron Reed. He used to be a part of the Rascals. I think he's back as the Rascals, isn't he? Myron Reed is in the TNA.
So I don't know who these kids are. I saw this match just came up as I was scrolling through Reddit, and I was like, "What am I watching?"
Yeah, I think Myron Reed.
When I see something crazy, I gotta figure it out.
Yep. He used to be a part of the Rascals.
Okay.
He's back. He's back. He's back in Impact. Yeah, or maybe he just came back for Impact. Hold on. No. Yep. It says he's known for his stint at MLW. And what was the other kid's name? What was it? Malachi what?
It's in the chat. Sorry. Something Jeffers.
Malachi Jeffers. I've never heard of Malachi Jeffers. You know what I got as soon as I midway through it? This is the I don't know if this happened this year, but it's the 2024 version of Osprey and Ricochet. No, is it not?
I could hear that. I can hear that conversation.
The matchup that was at Rev Pro that Vader poo-pooed all over and he worked himself into a shoot and got the match.
Yeah. Oh God, I forgot about that. Now rest in peace, Vader.
That kid Malachi Jeffers, I'm looking at it now, is 19 years old.
Yeah.
He's a child.
Yeah.
And he's from Orlando. He's from Orlando and he's 19 years old. Looks like he's bumped for AEW. But who hasn't? Yeah, he's bumped for AEW. When he was 18. It's him and Lethal. Okay. I don't
What happened?
I saw it, so you have to see it, and you better see it when I put it on there. I'm not saying anything, but I see it and I can't unsee it.
Well, guess I don't want anything for dinner tonight.
What would you like? Some kielbasa?
I think I'm all set.
Possible linguiça? How
Yeah,
about a good
right.
old-fashioned breakfast sausage?
Nah, I'm just
You
little
cool?
Jimmy Dean's in my life. I think I'm good
You
on that
cool?
Jimmy Dean's. No, I'm all set. Some mushrooms in my Jimmy Dean's. You a fan
I'm
of some
over here
mushrooms?
trying to see, like, I see a good 8x10. I'm like, oh, I was gonna put it on display, and I go, oh, I'm
He
looking at
had
the
to
gear,
know.
and I went, I
He
said,
had to
oops.
know. He had to know.
He for sure does. That's how he
He
gets.
for sure knew.
He uses that as his Tinder profile.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
his Tinder profile picture.
Oh,
You know
yeah.
that.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
But anyway,
That was unnecessary.
the
For
kids,
those who on audio, we're not gonna describe that one. That's
if you want to know what we're talking about, go to YouTube at this very point in the video and click on it and just see what we just saw. I'm
And
not
if
going to
not-
mention what I saw.
exactly. We'll just let it go.
It popped up on the screen for maybe 10 seconds. So there you go.
Sheesh.
But the kid's young. I'm just afraid of him getting bad habits on the indies. They're athletic as hell, obviously. Myron Reed has always been. That kid at 19, that shows promise. But again, I just saw highlights. I didn't see him sell. I didn't see him work. I didn't see him really do anything. Hey, he can do a lot of cool moves. And like I said, what I saw was Osprey and Ricochet.
Yeah.
The 2024 version.
I can hear
I don't
that.
hate it. I don't hate it, but it ain't my cup of tea. I know who would love it though. Those Madubs, they would love that match. I'm sure they drooled all over. What did you think of it when you first saw it?
So the match itself, the selling within the match, it has a lot of anime selling, if you know what I mean. Big screams.
Like they're powering up.
A lot of blocking, a lot of like guy throws a kick.
Yeah. What happened to the good old fashioned hand on the shoulder, hand behind the neck? One of those.
I know, like it was they put on a heck of a match. Okay?
Listen, I actually would watch it all.
It's a heck of a match in terms of like these kids. You know what it reminded me of? Do you know why I wanted to show it to you? It reminded me of oh man, shout out to what were their names? Psycho Lunacy, was that their names?
Deranged Dementia.
Deranged Dementia. That is their name. Deranged Dementia.
Psycho and Lunacy.
Deranged Dementia. It reminded me of the first time we watched them work a match.
And they just did a bunch of flippy, wild stuff that we could never do.
And that, like, in terms of a match, we just had fun going, oh man, this is
my
crazy.
God.
These guys are doing this and they're watching like the human body. So it was fun in that sense because it reminded me of us watching Deranged Dementius the first time we saw them wrestle. But
that's hilarious.
In
That's
terms
hilarious.
of would I watch this more than once? No. It's fun. It's like anything else, right? Like a great death match in terms of like this is nuts. Watch this. But would I ever tell you let's watch a whole show of this? No, I would.
It's
be
like
mad at that.
It's like fireworks. It's like ooh ah.
Yeah.
And
But like I said, the full match itself, it's just a lot. It's a lot. It's what you would expect. It's like I said, it's a lot of anime inspiration.
How long did they go?
Oh, I want to say that
more than 12.
I want to say that was 8 minutes.
Okay.
I'd have to go back.
More than 12.
No, I'd have to go. Maybe no. Maybe it was longer. Now you got me thinking it was 12 minutes now.
I hope it wasn't more.
I'd have to go back. I'd have to go back. I'd have to go back to the stream I was watching it on.
All right. So I know you definitely paid for it. We did the car crash match of the week. You got your car crash match of the weekend. Let's shift gears again.
Sir.
Another quick hitter.
Shoot.
Love in WWE.
Yeah, man. Tell me about this. I don't know what this is about.
Love in WWE. Bianca and Montez. That is the name of a new show coming to Hulu.
Okay.
It is
so this is what they filmed. Yeah. I remember they were off together filming this. Okay, so it's finally going to debut.
Love in WWE, Bianca and Montez, starring Bianca Belair and Montez Ford, is coming to Hulu. Now, okay, that's fine. I'll ask a question in a second. Hulu has announced that their new reality series, Love in WWE, Bianca and Montez, will debut in February 2024. Wait, I couldn't do any dateline. There's no dateline. That's fine. Love in WWE, Bianca and Montez is a fun, exciting peek into the personal lives of one of the WWE's hottest married couples, Bianca Belair and Montez Ford. The show will look back at Bianca Belair and Montez Ford's wild road to WrestleMania as Montez continued his ascent and Bianca fought to stay on top. With the support of their tight-knit group of friends, family, and fellow WWE superstars, the dynamic duo somehow always managed to pull off the impossible. The first 8 episodes of Love in WWE, Bianca and Montez, will be released on Hulu on February 2nd, 2024. That was straight from the WWE.
Okay.
So, that sounds like something I would watch.
Yeah, I was like, I'm in.
If what they said here as the premise, where it just follows them on the road to where they get to WrestleMania and you get to see behind the scenes of their life, that doesn't sound like you can reality it up. You get what I'm saying?
Well, I know.
They're going
I'm sure. Well, of course. I'm sure we'll have is my gear going to get done?
And then cutaway and B-roll commercial.
Yep. And then Somoza say Bianca's saying, "I can't happen. I got to have my gear." And then she walks in. The music plays. Yeah. She made it. Yeah. I'm sure we'll have moments like that, and that's fine. Yeah. You have to expect it, folks. Reality TV. It's a work. Yeah. So I'm all for it. Sure. Let's do it. I'm with
it. So I will tune in. My kid loves Bianca. So I mean, you saw at her birthday party, she was dressed like her. So if it's PG enough, which I'm sure it will be, I'll be like, hey, you want to see them go through their lives? And I'm sure she'll want to watch it. That'll give me a reason to keep tuning in and not feeling weird that I'm watching reality TV at this age. Because if they don't total divas it, I'm okay.
There we go. That's what that was going to be my only I just hope they don't total divas it. That's all.
Right. Either that or don't, what's the other one? What was that other one that we covered? Carmella and Corey.
Yeah.
That was a straight to YouTube. Is that the new version of straight to DVD? Straight to YouTube?
I think so. That's actually fun you're saying that. That would be right.
Or straight to digital. It was straight to, this is straight to digital too, but straight to YouTube.
But that is the move though now, right? Like that's
right. Everything's digital now.
Nobody's bothering to go.
So what was it that I was going to ask? Quick question.
Sure.
Why Hulu? You think Hulu asked for this?
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah. Because Hulu is losing
SmackDown, right?
They're losing the streaming rights to SmackDown and NXT, I think. So I'm sure they're they're losing the streaming rights next to all of the shows to SmackDown, all of them. To
Hulu's about to
SmackDown,
be so irrelevant to me now.
yeah, to the three of those who losing the streaming rights to them, and because last I heard they didn't renew, right? They didn't renew it.
I'm not too sure, but all I know is I like Hulu. I liked Hulu because if I didn't get to watch Raw or I missed the end like I did this week, I got to watch the main event on Hulu the next day.
Yeah.
If I gotta wait for Peacock, I gotta wait a month.
Yeah. No, you could watch it the next day. You could watch it the next day. And I like the Hulu version that they cut out the music and it just goes from segment to segment and the entrances are clipped.
None of that cookie, none of that extra stuff, none of that filler.
I appreciate the segments. Like when I watch it on Peacock, I'm like, oh, okay. I didn't see that they have sometimes, but it's like I appreciate the like just get me through the show.
Yeah.
Get me through the show. I don't want like all the fluff of entrances. Like, it's crazy when you see how much time they spend doing entrances and cutaways and filler. Yeah. So I'm always good with like, let's not do that anymore.
Yeah. All right. So with all that, I mean, shout out Tez and Bianca.
Yeah, man. I look forward to watching it. We'll look forward to watching it and giving some feedback how it goes.
All right, so we go from a married couple to your girl, Gabby Tuft.
Yeah,
Let's talk about Gabby, shall we? So
let's talk about Gabby, her journey.
I bring up Gabby. I bring up Gabby only for one real reason because we brought her up before.
Yeah,
Gabby, and I brought up Gabby for one reason and one reason only, is because Gabby used to be Gabe, and Gabe was Tyler Rex, a WWE performer. We've seen, we've mentioned this already, so I'm going to just be brief about it. We've seen, I'm trying to be as politically correct and tasteful as possible. We've seen transitioned people, right? Or trans people, right? They would say that, trans people perform in the ring before, but never one who used to be a male that was a WWE superstar. So I think there's a little dynamic in Gabby here. So when we spoke about her last time, man, I'm gonna let you talk, and I got a frog in my throat, Kermit in here. When we last spoke about her, she was getting the itch, right? We saw the little video clip where
her and Dustin.
So now here we are. I think this is actually Dustin's facility. I'm gonna restart it when we get there, but she's actually in there working, and this was 4 days ago, and the caption says day 1 of many. So I'm going to play this clip here, and here we go.
Take a drink of water.
Dreams are made of these. Well, I disagree.
Okay, so that was a quick little clip, Vern, of Gabby working. Yeah. This is one thing I just noticed.
What's up?
It doesn't matter what you've done to your body or yourself. It doesn't go away.
No. Oh, no. Gabby, I was going to say the punch, solid punch.
Clean. Everything looked comfortable. Didn't look awkward. Yeah. Just it's not a male's body anymore. It's a female's body through her transition. So I say all that, and I bring this up to you again, Vern. Where does Gabby Tuft land, sir? Because you know it's going to be somewhere.
Oh, AW. 100%. That's not even a question. Tony is on the phone yesterday. Tony's already been begging Gabby.
Has he been having an in with Dustin? What's up with that? What's up with Gabby? Is Gabby ready?
Oh, of course. We'll
let Gabby know. 4 days ago. Gabby ready?
Gabby ready? He's already said, tell Gabby when does she want to come in? When does Gabby want to do?
Tell me when Gabby wants to win the TNT championship. You let me know, bro.
Pick the date. Tell Gabby to pick the date. I'll fly her in. So
not a chance. Chance Triple H and them take a look at her.
No, I don't want to say that. I don't want to say there's not a chance that they won't take a look at her, but I just think that right now, I don't know where TKO Groups is with that, right? I don't know where the UFC is with trans athletes. Like I don't know necessarily where they are with that now. So until because again, remember, we're not talking WWE, folks. Remember that this is not Vince McMahon's WWE. He is not the owner anymore. This is TKO Sports Holding. Like, this is like a whole different group of folk.
This is a conglomerate now. It's
a
not
conglomerate,
like
correct.
It's not a one-man show who's running the
not
business.
a mom and pop
he
shop
wants.
anymore.
Right.
So I don't know where trans athletes fit into that.
Right.
And that has nothing to do with politics, doesn't do any of that. This has to do with the UFC currently, I don't think has any trans athletes. So I think until you see that in the UFC.
I don't think you can.
That's what I mean.
Yeah. Again, this is a subject we're not going to touch.
Yeah, we're not look,
pay grade.
Who are we? As I heard a great man say, right? Who are we? We're not scientists, we're not daggone, we're not anything. We're just guys shooting a breeze about some wrestling.
We're just a couple normies, brother.
Correct. And I think that, hey man, Gabby Tuft, if anyone wants to pick you up and sign you, more power to you. Shout out to you.
I'm gonna say
or NWA.
TNA.
You know what? TNA. I do say TNA. Her Giselle Shaw will probably be a thing. I can see that being a thing.
So I could see that happening. So again, we'll
follow up,
loosely follow because probably by the time she enters a ring in front of a live crowd, if it ever happens, our format have been changed. So I don't think she's getting to a ring within a month. So within a month, the format will be changed. So we might bring it up early in the show before we dive into whatever we're diving into. So
correct.
All right. So moving on again. So yeah, look, man, we're moving on. We're an hour in. We're already gone through 4 topics. Topic 5, Vern, I played this for you a little bit, and then I realized
I'm excited to watch this. I haven't seen this.
So I said, ooh, let's just save it for the live show for the people. So Vern, Grayson Waller and LA Knight were down in Australia.
Okay.
They were on Sunrise, it looks like the name of the show is. And they were plugging the show, plugging Perth. I mean, Rhea's been out there doing it. I mean, clearly LA's out here doing it now. Grayson Waller's out there doing it. And they were on the show. This looks like a Good Morning America kind of show or something. And Vern, I mean, in America, it's not taken like that anymore. I mean, back in the day in America, we were like that. But overseas, we've had incidents where professional wrestlers have had to rough up a few reporters because dudes try to get a little froggy, right?
Shout out David Stossel.
Schultz, you mean?
No, David Stossel. David Stossel was the guy that David Schultz slapped, no? John Stossel. Excuse me, it was John Stossel. John Stossel got slapped by David Schultz.
Yes,
that's what it was. Shout out John
his
Stossel.
Eardrum or something. Yeah.
Even though John Stossel did say, remember that Dark Side of the Ring where John Stossel did say, I'm not saying I had pain that was what was it? It was something about the pain and money, but he said, but boy, that money sure did help that pain go away. Something like that. So shout out to that Carney.
Yeah, clearly.
Yeah, so, working with his slap. Yeah.
Grayson Waller was on Sunrise in the morning, it seems like. And
but by the way, Grayson Waller is no David Schultz. I don't think any of these guys are David Schultz.
He's not.
Okay. I was
but you will appreciate after what you see. It is, let me just tell you, it's a very 2020s version of what we saw. Okay, so don't get too hyped.
Okay,
don't get too hyped. So I just want to.
Is this more akin to like Hogan working? Oh,
he put that guy to sleep though. Hogan put that guy to sleep though. You don't remember that?
Not the good. Not the. When I'm not even thinking of that show. I'm thinking of the other one when Hogan was like Regis. No, didn't Hogan do Regis? And like Regis was like, oh, don't body slam me there, Hulkster.
Yeah.
Regis like that. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead.
All right.
Go ahead. Show me.
I'm gonna play this clip. All right, of Mr. Waller. Okay. I saw it and I said, hell yeah, Grayson. Hell yeah. And you'll see why.
All right.
All right. So here we go. I'm gonna refresh it and then get the video going.
Finishing moves.
Can I give you one?
Yeah, can you not me?
I'll just be over
but can you show us one of the moves?
No, I think it actually just showed on the screen there. If I do that, it's not going to be a good day
maybe someone in our floor manager, maybe he seems available.
Actually, our floor manager's leaving this week.
Yeah.
And he's sort of, I don't know if...
That's not for me. You want to go ahead and take this one?
Look,
Uh-oh.
I don't think you understand. Like, if I come over there right now, we're going to have the police here because I'm not going to give you some fake punch. Like, I'm going to punch you straight in the jaw. The disrespect that you have even talking to me. No, you want to talk to me like this is what? No, don't act all tough.
David Schultz? What?
I'm so sorry. I've done that too, mate.
You guys come here trying to disrespect us. Are you kidding me?
I'm not disrespecting you.
You're all right, mate. No, we love you.
Yeah. Hey, you take that trash talk and you get out of here. Hey, you get out of here. Hey, you take that trash talk and you get out. I won't have these guests disrespected like that, Mitch. You get out. Now, can you wrap this up?
You hold your pants tight. Okay, thank you very much, gentlemen, for coming in. So, one of your signature.
So,
Okay, wait. I guess I was waiting for the slap or something. Like they didn't get physical.
I told you don't get too hyped because you were waiting for.
I guess what you're saying. The 2020 version of like, oh no, you get sued for that now. Like, oh, national television, you're not. That's not happening in 2020.
Grayson Waller arrested for assault in Australia. He touches that man, right?
Interesting. Right? But you know what though? The host got in way too slow. He was too slow on the whoa guys. All right, now let's back it up.
Right,
too slow because he let the heel guy come in a little too rough with the like. Come on, man, let's get it. It's like chill.
Right,
relax.
So I just want to ask you this.
That was it. I really thought it was going to get David Schultz, and it was like, you don't disrespect this.
Did you? Okay, you heard Shorty ask the question. Can you do one of the wrestling moves on us? And LA Knight's like, on you? Like, is she seriously asking that question, right? Mm-hmm. And then he kind of deflected it, right?
Yep.
And then the other guy was like, oh, we got another guy that's leaving. And they had this shot of just LA and Grayson. Let me see if I can get it without any audio. It is just a shot of LA and Grayson. And the face they have on, is the same face I had. Like, you need to veer away from this question right now, because you're only going to make it worse for everybody.
What was your way? It was going to be Taker and Vader at the Kuwaiti TV when the guy asked.
Remember Taker? Taker was kind of like, "Is this guy serious? This guy is so dumb."
And what does Vader do? And what did Vader do?
This is the face I'm talking about. Look at LA Knight's face. Grayson had just looked off camera. Like, are these two serious? Like, these two aren't really that serious? And then LA did a great job.
Did we almost have a Vader Undertaker Kuwaiti moment? Was Grayson about to be detained in Australia at a hotel for the next 2 weeks, for the next couple of days? Unable to go
understand. Home? I think because people get this stigma that wrestling's fun and wrestling is it's all a work and it's just predetermined and it's fake, right? It's phony pugilism. They're not really hitting each other. They're going, that's what they're doing when they hit each other, right?
As you're like in your comment, you're calling us out on the fact that we like to lampoon wrestling at times and lampoon the business that we do, but at the same token, I think we lampoon it though because we've been in it and we realize how silly it is at times what we do, but
it's almost like a person of their own race.
We love it.
Yes, it's a person of their own race being racist to their own people.
Correct.
It's very similar to that. And I don't know any other way of putting it.
That's like, I guess, hey,
I can say that about black people. I'm black. I can say that. I can say that about wrestlers. I was once a professional. You know what I mean? I can say that. So I can see the look on him. It's like, bro, it's
funny you say that, right? Because like that's still that weird part of it that I complain about, right? That old Oli Vernon, who always gets mad and complains about something I see that I'm just like, I'm crotchety about it, right? That I just saw it. But it's always those moments where I'm just like, yeah, but this is so obviously fake.
Yeah.
And if it's so fake, obviously fake, it tells us anybody can do it. And I don't mind pro wrestling and pro wrestlers that look and have me feel like, yeah, that I can't do that.
There's things I can't do. I think that's the thing about pro wrestling that gives you that allure of, ooh, this is something special. Because the things you see on television, you shouldn't be like, I can do that. Now, granted, for me in 2008, 16 years ago, when I first turned on Raw again, I started watching it as an adult through a different lens and started watching the footwork and how they're hitting the ropes and all this stuff. And I said to myself, I think I can do that. And from there, here we are now 16 years later talking about wrestling it 1040 in my basement. It's not my mama's basement, it's my own basement. So it's all right. But I mean,
these days it's not a basement, not a basement. It's your guy in a man cave, right? You're
yeah,
not
I'm a guy in a man cave.
You're a guy in a man cave.
I'm a guy in a man cave. Hey, we built this damn thing, damn it.
We built this
so
rock and roll.
That's right. But it's I'm just saying that to be, you trying to remember where that's from? Diplomats. We built this city.
Okay, there's a Diplomat song. I was
we
like,
built this city of rock, but I forgot the actual original, but it's Diplomat.
Okay, there we go.
Last
That's
song on the Diplomatic Community album.
Okay, I was trying to think who sampled that track.
Come on now. I got you.
Thank you.
I saw you. I saw the head go up. I saw the steam coming out. I was like, hold on. Let me fan my boy off real quick. But no, we were talking about Waller and LA Knight, dude.
Yeah, man.
I'm gonna duck it. Just a shitty situation to put those guys into, because nobody wins. Nobody wins there because these guys are workers. It's a work. So what do you want them to legitimately do to you? You get hurt, then what? Because
you don't think they talked about it offset? You don't think that was a planned spot? Because I mean, the one guy was like acting all goofy doofy.
It was probably planned with the reporters, right?
Sure.
It probably wasn't told.
You know, they clued in. Okay, because I mean, you get Waller doesn't break. Waller stays in total character. He doesn't break.
Oh, and you think he's a part of the work? Is that what you're saying?
That's
you
what
think
I'm
all of
asking.
that was a work?
Yeah, you don't think the whole script was a whole total work? Okay.
No. When you watch, I'll tell you, I watched that whole bunch of that true crime stuff.
Yeah.
Body language.
Okay.
The body language of LA Knight, who did a great job deflecting. Great job. Like, no, I'll let you want to handle that one. How he just passed it off really quick. Was a person who goes, we're in an uncomfortable situation here. I don't even want any parts of it. And Waller, LA Knight was like WPR. Waller was like, I'm hot. What the hell is wrong with these people? Because it probably wasn't planned. And what do workers not like? Things that are not planned, right? We don't like things that ain't planned.
Fair.
Right? Things that are not in the plans, we don't like.
Correct. So no one likes surprises.
Right. So I'm telling you, I think they surprised him with that stupid question. It was probably the last question of the interview. You think you can show me a couple of those moves? What? Okay, you want to come down to the ring and I'll show you? I'll show you there. Like,
yeah, man, interesting.
Nonsense.
I wonder if we almost got Hogan cinching up that sleeve.
That's one of my favorite moments. Dude, just straight face plants. All right, let's move on. Speaking of people getting hurt, Kota Ibushi. We spoke about it briefly, right? On the last show.
We talked about it as it happened live. We both went in on this. That's why didn't we? Remember, we went in on this conversation. We talked about the fact
did we talk about Kota on the last episode, or we talked about
I thought we had, we played
did.
the
Kota
clip.
Ibushi injury.
We played the clip, bro. And remember, we broke it down when you were like, "Oh, there it is." And I was like,
there it is. With all the weight on his ankle. Okay, perfect.
We broke this whole clip down. And remember, we talked about we talked. That's why I guess I was wondering, what did you want to talk about this? Because we talked
it's not the clip. It has nothing to do with the clip. I got some articles.
What's up?
Kota Ibushi pulled the Terry, brother. What? Brother.
What do you mean?
That
say more.
On. Brother. That C5 clinic, they told me they'd fix my back.
Yeah. We said this. We talked about
this. We did not. There's no way we could have. We couldn't have. It happened after Wrestle Kingdom.
What are you talking about? I made this joke to you. Remember, I said to you, Frank, Kota Ibushi pulled the Terry and he went to some fake doctors.
So we talked about it on the podcast, or we talked about it the day after the podcast?
I don't remember now.
It was the day after the podcast.
Oh, was it? Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Stop burying the lead, brother.
Oh, my bad. Because I'm like, I feel like we've had this conversation. What?
We did.
Okay, my fault. Oh, I don't remember that. I thought that was on air. We talk so much. I don't know when we're recording it and we're not recording it.
My bad. Hey, we're recording right now, just in case you're wondering.
Okay, all right, my fault. Burying the lead, my fault. But here's the truth. Daggone Kota Ibushi, this idiot, this numbskull, this daggone grown man who shouldn't be in his own care, because like Terry Bollea, instead of listening to a doctor who told him, hey, you need surgery, you're gonna have to take some time off, get your body fixed, he went, wait, there's got to be a quick fix that can keep me wrestling, because I must owe money, so I need more money now. So I'm just gonna keep going now. I can't take time off now. Anymore. So he doesn't fix the shoulder, goes into the match hurt because he's been going to some stupid thing where they burn nerves.
Hold on. Can I please read the article?
Idiot. Yes.
I don't know if this article says all that. I don't know if the article says all that.
I read that. So, go ahead.
So let me just go here.
Go ahead.
This is from Fightful. The headline reads, Kota Ibushi apologizes for match at Noah in the new year, says he was scammed by a clinic. Dateline, January 5th, 2024. Written by Skylar Russell and Louis Polito. Kota Ibushi explains himself on social media. In the headlining match at Noah the New Year, Kota Ibushi took on Naomichi Marufuji in singles action. The match was highly criticized by fans on social media, with many pointing out that Ibushi looked like he was dealing with various injuries for the entire bout. I'm doing it verbatim. Ibushi took to social media on Friday, January 5th, and apologized to fans for the bout, noting that he was scammed by a medical place called C5 Clinic. Ibushi also said that he expects Noah to release information about his injuries. In a tweet, he said, I was scammed by a place called C5 Clinic, which is spread all over the country, as I mentioned before. Take care of yourself, please. I think Noah will release information about my surgery, fractures and dislocations, etc. I'm sorry for the match, everyone. It's all my fault. That was straight from Kota. Fightful says they'll keep updates. Sure. I had it click twice. So tell me this thing here about C5, what they do to him. What C5 Clinic do to him?
Just like Terry, burning nerves. He's got damage or he's got pain in his spine. Oh, you know what? You got pain in your spine, Frank? Let's burn the nerves. Because that's a thing.
Brother, you telling me I don't have to do surgery and I'll be able to work, brother?
There's a payday? Oh, I got to get that payday, brother.
Tell me how you can get me paid, brother. What?
That's all this is.
Quit playing hide the ball, Vern. Quit playing roll the sushi.
That's all this is Kota on his Terry Bollea. I guess, right?
I'm sure it was a big payday. Main event, and it was one of their big shows, right? For Noah. It was in the Dome.
Yeah. Oh, it was in the...
Oh, that payday was crazy. Well, he's using it on surgery.
That's what I'm saying, right? Like all that to, I guess,
on surgery,
now, right? To come back. Well, shout out to Kota.
I got another one.
Meathead.
I got it. Hold on. I got another.
Tell me more. Tell me more about
it. It might just be something quick. It says he's scheduled for surgery. For them yesterday, because it already was January 17th in Japan. So it was scheduled for today. To us. It says here from Ringside News, Kota Ibushi scheduled for surgery on January 17th after suffering injury by Steve Carrier. Dateline, January 16th, 2024. Kota Ibushi has announced that he will be undergoing surgery on January 17th. This decision comes after he recently suffered an ankle injury during his match against Naomichi Marufuji at Noah the New Year. After the match with Marufuji, we'll skip that one. Ibushi expressed his thoughts on social media, stating, I can't read that because that's all in Japanese, which translates to, it's been a while. It feels unusually long. It won't be the same as before. I hope tomorrow's surgery is successful. I almost said unsuccessful. If I can walk, that's enough. I don't need anything else. I'm going to read that last part again. I hope tomorrow's surgery is successful. If I can walk, that's enough. I don't need anything else.
Yeah.
End quote.
He doesn't need to come back to wrestling.
We wish Kota Ibushi a successful surgery and speedy recovery. And if you want to see the picture from Twitter or X, I don't know. I will always call this damn thing Twitter. This is the photo right here of it, Vern. In the hospital bed, extremely close selfie. I don't know why. But yeah. There's Kota there. So Kota now is back on the shelf. I think he's been. Why are you making that face for? Look like you just saw something, like somebody just sent you nudes. What do you mean?
I think we just saw. I got the car. I think we just got the car craft moment of next week. Holy heck!
Another match you just saw?
What in the world?
Let me guess. Did it happen tonight?
Yes.
Of course it did.
Oh my! I think we just saw brain damage. Oh, I just put it in the chat.
Okay, I'll watch it after. So,
Holy no, it's it's a 4-second clip.
oh, it's only 4 seconds.
It's brain damage. It's worth like
It says it doesn't exist. What the hell? What? Did it get taken down that fast?
maybe
This page
remove.
doesn't exist.
What did I do wrong? Maybe remove
the media viewer part.
yeah, the media viewer part.
Hold on. You're making me want to look here.
Yeah, it's. I promise. I'm not trying to oversell
Okay,
it.
here it is.
It's yeah.
Oh, this was in the main event.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God.
That's why I made the face, because I just went. That's 4 seconds. That boy's not going to remember.
Hey, he main evented, right? Good for him.
Anyway, go ahead. Moving on.
From one injury to another. We got pictures for this one. See that segue? We talked about Coda. Homeboy definitely got injured. Young boy definitely got injured on that one.
Hook just forgot his 3rd birthday.
Oh yeah. Oh, I didn't add these pictures yet. All right, let's add these two. Let's talk about Austin Theory and Carmelo Hayes.
Yeah, man. Talk about another injury.
I wanted to bring it up because I call him a friend of the show. He probably has no idea the show exists.
Hey, man, but fans of Melo.
We're fans of Melo. We're fans of Melo. Shared the ring with them. So there's that bond there immediately. I was loving this match to begin with. Austin Theory and Carmelo Hayes
on paper that's a dream match.
I think they worked at Evolve, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep. And two guys whose styles would just that meshes quite well.
If you want the modern WWE wrestling match, Theory versus Carmelo Hayes.
Yes.
Is like what you're gonna call wrestling in 2028. Yeah. Is Theory and Carmelo Hayes. Two guys, they may be smaller, but they have great bodies and they can do athletic things in the ring. They can move like luchadors, but they can also hit hard like heavyweights. I feel like that's the wave.
It's the modern junior heavyweight. It's the
Theories, the Mellows, correct, right? That's
like
what
that Japanese junior heavyweight. Not even just saying weight wise, but like that Japanese junior heavyweight style of like the Benoits. Like remember, like in that 94-95 era, that like
at
Owen
220 when you had to be 220 to be considered a heavyweight, and anything under was less. Yeah, I remember. Right. So Theory and Melo botched. They botched a springboard Spanish fly. A springboard Spanish fly, in my opinion, is probably very hard to do, even for a guy the size of Commander, the size of Vikingo.
Yeah. Oh, when you watch them all, when they do it, have to like literally stop.
Yeah.
Set up.
Yeah. Oh, they're acrobats. They're doing acrobatics.
That's what I'm saying, but it's not a move you could just shoot out of nowhere. Like you have to set up for it.
I would show the video of it, but I couldn't find just the video, so I just did the pictures without the WWE wanting to come from us. The thing, this is what concerned me the most. Theory. So Vern, remember how I explained that time? What really grounded my gears at that show for NCW when I was at the Rumble and the kid dropped me on my head?
Yes.
This is how I felt right here. My body went one way and my head and neck stayed one way. And I had neck pain. Let me get rid of this here for weeks.
Yeah.
At one point, it was stiff neck. I had to turn my whole body to look. Then it gradually started going away. Now it doesn't really bother me at all anymore. But I still feel a little something because there's obviously damage to my neck there. This is what I'm feeling like Theory suffered here.
Thanks, man.
Straight on his head. What you don't see, and you see in this one, is him and Melo also collided heads on the way down.
And that's what I thought. All that happened was I was like, oh man, they must have just banged on the
knocked
flip.
Heads, and Theory got knocked out.
And
right?
When they hit to the ground, like they're done because they hit heads.
Right. So
I didn't notice Theory landing on his skull.
I saw that first. So I think it was a bang bang for Theory. Hit here, then hit down here. Something tells me Theory was shoot out for a second.
Yeah. Oh, I think he was
So like there's a point where the refs with Melo and like Theory's by himself, and then Waller comes in. And I wonder if the refs with Melo just checking on him after he already knows Theory is shot up, like he's done, or Theory, they went to Melo to kind of save Theory from looking more hurt than he was. I don't know. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I don't know.
But these past couple weeks on WWE television, we've been seeing matches stop completely.
Yeah.
Due to a legitimate injury.
Well, we've been seeing. Well, if anything, we've been seeing their concussion protocol on display. We've been seeing how serious they take their concussion protocol. Yeah.
Yes, on
they're not It's not like you get locked loopy, like, yo, you think you're okay? It's like, nope, we're done here. We're finished.
Like, hey, where are you? No. They're almost treating it like the standing 8 count in boxing, almost, where put your hands up, walk to me. If you can't do that, fight's over.
It has that feel, right? Of like the ref saying, come to me, then the guy doesn't. The ref just hugs the guy and just goes, nope, we're done here. Like,
I would love to see that more than the trainer coming in, but WWE officials aren't trained in that way.
Correct.
WWE officials are a part of the work. The trainers are watching the shoot. You know what I mean? They see something, a real bad fall. Oh, damn, he could really be hurt right there. Let's see if what the official says. They're not trained, licensed officials who know what to look for when a guy's loopy so he doesn't get further brain damage. So that'll be hard to do unless they start training officials that way, like train them for the work and then trade them for that shoot to save that, because I feel like we know it's a work at this point in the world, right? We were discussing this before. If you still think professional wrestling is real, you're living under a rock, right?
Yeah.
You're living under a rock. Everybody knows it's work. So I think when that trainer slides in, the work is done. All of a sudden now it's all crap. Somebody's hurt. Okay. The suspension of disbelief is gone.
Correct.
So I'm just thinking maybe there's a way you can train those refs to be like, hey, you have to do this certain thing. And if you can't on a shoot, I got to call it. Or my discretion, I got to call it on a shoot. I'm sorry.
That's what I guess that's what it looked like to me. It just reminds me of that moment of like in boxing or combat sports where like the ref comes in, like the ref just literally has to hug a guy or just like you're done. You're like, this is it
where he hugs him and he just wave him off.
Yep.
So
Or like where you see a guy like pat the guy on the back, just start patting on the back and be like, good fight, man. You had a great fight. Like I always say in boxing, I always say like when a guy would get hugged in the box would be like, what? I can still go on the ref, and the ref would just be like, nope, hey man, you had a great fight.
I saw your eyes roll 4 times in those 3 punches. No, correct. You can't keep going. Right.
That's the thing where ref will be like, you couldn't put your hands up. I asked you 3 times. You couldn't say, what do you mean? I asked you 3 times. You didn't answer my question. We're done here.
Right.
Like, why be mad over them taking care of the boys, right? Like,
right.
If there's anything I will always crucify AEW over was that time that kid from
that poor kid in Daly's
Dark
place.
Order in Daly's place got knocked out, and they just dragged his dead body over to tag his hand and keep the match going.
AEW is the safest place to work at. You kidding me?
I'll never forget it.
I think in Vince's the match would have finished. Would you say so? I'm not saying Theory and Mello would have done anything more. I think Vince would have been like, tell such and such to pin such and such. And the match would have finished there.
Maybe
get the finish in the ring. We need the finish.
There's an interesting idea. Maybe.
I
don't know 100%, but maybe.
Yeah, I'm just thinking like, I don't think Vince would allow that.
I don't know. I just don't. I don't know if like the modern concussion protocol, if it allows for it. I just think that wouldn't be different either way. No, the more I said aloud, no, because of the way concussion protocol is now.
Yeah.
Nah.
Okay. I'm with you.
Nah. Because I mean, even now, bro, you see those commercials on TV now where they show like nuts being children, right? That like the nuts fall and hit their heads, and like then they.
Let's talk about concussions and stuff. Yeah, they make it relatable for children, so even children.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like if it
was like a peanut or something, or a pea or something. Yeah.
If they do it for kids, I'm like, okay, then now, no way. The way concussions are being viewed now, I don't think so. I think even under Vince, they would have said, cut it.
So around the time we started coaching football, like 08, 09 is when people were starting to take concussions seriously.
Yeah.
Because remember, we had to take the certification. We had to be certified to recognize concussions in
children. Yep.
Right. If a kid pukes, if he gets a headache, he's dizzy, and he pukes, the boy's got a concussion. He can't come back in the game no more. Right. And I've seen it happen live. I've seen the kid in first couple games, he was playing quarterback for me. The second stint of me coaching, he was playing quarterback. Took a big hit. He said, I'm fine, coach. I'm good, coach. I'm good. Dizzy. I saw him stumbling. Hey, come back. Sit down. Come here. Talk to the trainer real quick. Talk to the trainer. I'm like, hey, where's this kid? Is he good? I look back. I was like, Oh, nah, he's got a concussion. I didn't even have to talk to the trainer yet. I knew. I said, I went to the other coach. I said, hey, he's got a concussion, man. We gotta stick with the other kid. He's like, okay, all right, no problem. End of the game, his dad came over. Yes, he got his bell rung. Looks like he got a concussion. That's what the trainer says. So, and that was 10 years ago.
Sure.
If that, maybe, yeah, about 9 years ago when I coached.
That's what I mean. So. Yeah. So I don't think the match would have finished because it's just the way we view concussions now, dude. It's like you just said, right? Like back then it was like, and now
Walking
it's like, nah.
I mean, Austin pinned Owen with a broken neck and could barely move.
No way. So, no way.
Yeah, I don't think that happens at all. You're right. I'm with you on that. Anything you want to say? Speedy recovery to the guys?
Speedy recovery.
Well, Melo's fine, as you can tell, because Melo was, unless it was taped. I don't know if did they tape NXT still? Or they're all live? They're all live.
I don't know if yesterday's was. I think yesterday's was a live show. They do tape them. They're not all live, but they do tape some of them.
Well,
but
if it was live, Melo was working, so he's fine.
All right, so Melo's good then.
Then Theory took the brunt of that injury. Hopefully he's fine, man. Give him a couple weeks off.
Word.
I mean, he's not slated to do anything big for Mania yet, so we'll see if he was probably just a Rumble entrant, more than likely. All right, let's move on, brother. Let's go to let's talk about a little bit of the Monday. Let's talk about Mercedes.
Really little bit about the little money.
So I only bring this up. Because free agency's been hot this first half of the month. We were talking about Osprey and who's the other girl from earlier?
Deonna
Purrazzo. There's also there was somebody else we were talking about that was free agents, right?
Oh, Julia. Excuse me, Julia.
Camille was another one we were talking about.
Camille, Julia, and
there's been a few big names.
No, there's one more. Oh, Trinity. Camille, Julia, Trinity. 3 names.
Osprey was one, but he's already had his destination. So Mercedes Money is another one. So this is an article from Fightful, Dateline, January 13th, 2024, from your favorite Sean Ross Sapp. Mercedes Money expected to join AEW as WWE talks have ended. More details. Mercedes Money appears to have narrowed in on a decision about her future. Fightful reported on December 29th that Mercedes, the former Sasha Banks, had been in conversations with WWE about a potential return to the company. However, the two sides were were far apart on terms. And following up, we learned that Mercedes Money has continued conversations with All Elite Wrestling, just a month after it looked like the two sides couldn't come to terms. Beyond that, those in the industry we've spoken to say that All Elite Wrestling is likely the landing point, and that's what Fightful has been told to expect. Those that we have spoken to expect her to land in All Elite Wrestling, though nobody could confirm she's signed on the dotted line. Of late, in both WWE and AEW, there have been instances, specifically with Will Ospreay and CM Punk, where the physical contracts were not signed until the day of their appearances with AEW and WWE, respectively. One source claimed that they heard AEW and Mercedes were close to agreeing on terms if they hadn't already. Another source indicated that if something changed, I see how you're shaking your head, that if something changed and Mercedes didn't end up debuting in AEW, there would be an even bigger story at play associated with why that didn't happen, as it is actively being planned. For those confusing expecting and 100%, we don't report something is 100% until we know it to be official. However, Mercedes is all but expected to be All Elite. If you have any questions about that process, we're happy to answer. NJPW sources said that rumors of a planned January match with Julia were never seriously possible due to Mercedes' injury. Mercedes was said to have been seeking one of the largest contracts in women wrestling's history. Contrary to what several claim, we've heard nothing regarding a specific debut date. Speculation, brother.
That's it. That's all this is. I mean, look, I will say, as I said to you last week when or 2 weeks ago, when all this news about Mercedes Moné was getting drummed up.
Yeah.
Was in a world where Lola Vice is just scratching the surface. In a world where you have an NXT roster
of women. Just say the women.
Stacked. The women that is stacked
to the gills. I saw a girl I hadn't seen lately, Tatum Paxley, and I was like, wow, she looks completely different now. I was like, okay, she got a repackage. I forgot about her.
Developing new gimmicks, new everything. Yo, they've taken. Come on, look what they're doing with the. Look what they did with the what's her face. Ivy Nile. The 2 weeks she did with her and Rhea.
Frieza.
Like
I call her Frieza.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Like whatever Mercedes Moné is and brings, it's a nostalgia thing at this point. There is no female wrestling world right now that is
screaming for Mercedes. No,
Mercedes, like, yo, her girl Trinity went out, made a name for herself.
We was burying Trinity too before that. We was burying her. Like, yo, Mercedes, you ain't help out your homegirl? Yeah.
And look, Trinity, it's still Trinity. She's better, but it's still Trinity.
It's the same gimmick. It's the same thing. It's Feel the Glow.
It's Feel the Glow still.
We just got a Wish App version on Impact.
There it is.
Yeah.
But she stood on her own 2 feet.
Yeah,
so
she stood on business.
I will not. She stood on business. So I will not poo-poo on none of that.
Nope.
She stood on business. And all rumors are saying she's getting herself back to the Fed on her own. So the end, Mercedes, you postured, you've debuted, you've made news because you've been sitting in the crowd.
Yeah.
I think you missed your shot. I think you waited too long. And this is the story of like the boy that cried wolf. And I think finally when wolf has been cried, no one's gonna get. People will care because she's Mercedes Moné and it'll cause controversy, right? She's become that person that like a punk where she draws ratings, she draws a buzz. But I think unlike Punk, you don't have that big of a fan base that cares that hard, that much. You don't have 10 years worth of fans.
I think the injury doesn't help her, though. The fact that she got injured this past year didn't help her stock.
Nope.
Because that's what you talk about. I'm big on sports. Draft stock, player stock. Her stock has dropped because of her injury. What is wrestling? What have you done for me lately? Yeah, WrestleMania was cool. What's happening at SummerSlam? 6 months later, we forgot about everything at WrestleMania, right? It's on to the next. It's on to the next.
Like we talked, right? What were the impact of WrestleMania? It was pretty much by a couple of months later, it was forgotten.
It didn't matter. Yeah, 6 months later. That's why I brought it up. 6 months later, it didn't matter. I was like, did anything that happened at Mania mattered? No.
Does anyone care that Mercedes Moné had won that belt in Japan? Does anyone care that Mercedes Moné dropped the belt to Willow? Does anyone care that Willow was a champion for New Japan? Do you remember that?
You just reminded me. And I was the one that told you to watch that show. The show she got hurt. Yeah. Yeah, it's again, I think it would be we'd be talking differently about her if she didn't get injured. I think she'd be in AEW at this point, in all honesty.
Yeah.
Just so she can test those waters. I think she'd probably be disgruntled by now, but I think she would have tested those waters. But I think with the injury, it kind of gives her free reign to do what she likes. But like I've always said, man, her home is here in the States, working for WWE, not Japan, not working in Daly's place, not working in front of 2,000 or 3,000. It's working in front of 15, 16, 17. Can she get there again? I don't know. If Naomi comes back and she gets pushed to the freaking moon.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if there's going to be a spot for Sasha, because Sasha gone. What's that girl name? Kalani Jordan. Like you said, Lola Vice, Tiffany Stratton, Lara Valkyria, Thea Hale. I mean, Nikita Lyons.
Roxanne
Perez. Cora Jade, who just got hurt. That's another one we didn't talk about too. Cora Jade. That's 8 names I just named, and they're all NXT. They're all NXT.
We're doing all right. We're all growing and getting better.
Right. I have not mentioned the main roster girls. So
I think that Mercedes Moné, like I said, wolf tickets. She sold wolf tickets and she cried for just like you missed your like, you know what I mean? Like it's timing. We said this before we got on the air. Timing. And I think she sat too long on this one and she let it overcook. It's overcooked at this point. Like, yo, you can only put food in a crock pot for too long. Mm-hmm. Like even put food, you can overcook food in a crock pot.
Yeah, it just turns into mush. It'll just turn into soup.
I think Mercedes Moné was like that crock pot that you was like, yo, I'm about to have that pulled pork. It's going to kill it. You know what? I want it more tender. You know, I want it more tender.
Oh,
yo,
you
Franny,
want-
keep leaving, kid. I want it more tender.
Oh, you want mashed pork? You wanted mashed pork? Okay, yeah, there you go.
Mercedes
If
Monet
you
has
wanted
turned
baby
into
food, just say that.
Mercedes Monet, I think, has turned into baby food left in a crock pot.
Damn.
Like, I get it, but at the same time, it's just like, but bro, you got hurt. So I really think you need to step it up.
It needs to be almost like a reset, kind of like how we talked about with Velveteen.
Yeah.
I don't know if you saw the clip. DSP, the Big Boss Man, put out a clip of that. We were talking about Velveteen.
Oh no, I didn't.
Yeah, I'll share it with you,
please.
Yeah, she probably needs a reset. I'm not talking going back to NXT.
No. I think she really drop the Monet thing. Drop the whole like she needs a whole change. She needs a refresh. Like the whole I'm money, I'm a diva.
Money,
the Doja, the whole like Doja Cat attitude, right? Like money girl thing. Boss lady. Like, unfortunately, right? We got Jade right now, bro. We got the we got Jade. That space is filled, but with a better version of someone doing your character better.
Wow.
Like,
there is a Jade. Yo.
There is no need for a Monet. Like, you want baby Jade? You want Jade light? You want Jade undernourished, malnourished Jade?
Bro.
No.
Yeah, no, GG's.
Nah.
GG's. We got our strong, we met our quota. Strong black woman with star power.
I'm sorry.
Who's gonna learn how to work.
Bruh. She's in the crock pot too long. She waited too long.
Oh, you know what I think? She probably thought. So I'll believe Mr. Sapp here. She talked to the WWE and her price was too high. I can believe that because she probably thought, hey, I'm still Sasha from before I left and y'all didn't know what to do with me in them tag belts. But the E's like, shorty, we done grown in them weeks. Our women's division is in a place where we'll never be in the situation that you put us in. If you notice that, with the influx of women, the positions they're in, they'll never, even with the tag belts, since them, the tag belts, besides the curse injuries, have been handled pretty well.
But Frank, but you just said the other part. Is she going to the room to talk to Bruce, Vince, Kevin, and Paul?
No.
That's the difference. She walked in the room thinking she was going to talk to the same group of people and walked in and there was a whole group of folk who said, yeah, you're not worth that money.
Your value. I'm sure there's some analytics guys now. Like, your metrics don't really show.
That's why I think things are changing because think about it. The people at the top, even though Triple H, etc. is there, but the people who are signing the checks, writing the cash, who are putting on WWE shows in Perth and around the world, said Monet. This is just me speculating. This is me making up in my head. I'm right. I'm making this all up as I go along.
It sounds good.
I believe that they just, like you just said, right? I believe an analytics guy, someone from the UFC side, someone who works in that conglomerate of TKO said, bro, you're not worth that much
money. She's not worth as much as she's asking.
You're asking for more than you're worth.
Or whoever says, she's asking for way more than her value. Our return on investment is not much.
Because
I don't advise taking this deal. I'm sure
like,
somebody said that.
Like you said, look at who's come back. Look at who's been signed. Look at the women they've got. Where does Monet fit in?
Right.
Nia Jax has a spot on the card.
Crazy.
Mercedes Monet. Why do we need a Mercedes Monet? What space does she feel that you don't have someone else who's better at it? The nostalgia's not there.
I think you hear
the nostalgia there.
I think you hear her music hit. People pop. They'll pop for it.
You know what?
But then we're gonna get the law of diminishing returns. Though.
Is it a Carlito pop? Is it a Carlito pop?
What happened to Carlito, bro?
He's on NXT. He's on NXT working NXT now. Why are you making that face?
Oh damn.
You didn't see the new Legato? You haven't seen the new Legato?
I seen the new Legato.
Yeah, with the Garza boy.
Humberto and
Hector.
Hector, yeah.
Which I like. I like seeing them all together. I like seeing all that.
They're good.
It does make me sad though for the LWO, the old school LWO, like the Legato. I'm like, dang man, Poor Legato.
Yeah.
I really hope they do something with them boys.
I hope so too.
Anyway,
on to the next topic.
On to the next
I'm
topic.
good on Monet.
Yo, Mercedes, all I'm gonna say is I think Monet, you waited too long, and I think this pulled pork has turned into mashed pork. So,
but to end off with this,
sure.
Tony's buying a plate.
Oh,
he's buying
a plate.
plates.
Tony's buying the recipe. Tony's going, yo, I need a franchise.
I thought you were gonna say he's getting the crock pot. He
no,
said the recipe.
Tony's buying a recipe. Tony's going, bro, I want to own the recipe. And you're telling him, oh,
why?
Okay.
It's just pulled pork, buddy. Nope. I need that pulled pork. I need it.
Here's $1 million check right now. Put your name on it. It's yours. I want that recipe.
Speaking of Tony, look at that. We are segueing pretty damn good today, Vern.
Word.
Speaking of Tony, man, there was some interesting things that was happening about a week in this past week between Eric Bischoff and Tony Khan. The Twitter spat, Vern. I loved every minute of it between Tony and Eric Bischoff. Now, when it comes to professional wrestling, I think both these guys don't have a clue on what they're talking about. I don't care, not what they're talking about, what they're doing. Eric had a good idea, and milked it for years.
And
still milking it to this day. Right? I mean, listen to Eric talk about the lingo, the television lingo, and using vocabulary only TV execs use, and him thinking that he's in that world pisses me off to the point. But I'm not here to berate Eric Bischoff or Tony Khan. I'm here to laugh at the nonsense that they went back and forth to. So if I'm not mistaken, Tony Khan, no. The USA Network's Twitter was talking about, I think they were talking about Jinder Mahal and Seth Rollins having history on NXT, to say that, this is the reason why they're having this match coming up. And USA was trolling. The USA Network just said, what was the cage match rating? And you mentioned cage match to the IWC, they're going to go insane, right, Vern? They're going to go absolutely banana. So Tony felt like he needed to answer USA, right? If I'm not mistaken. I'm getting my story right? From what I read.
Check in the chat. I just dropped it to you in the chat.
The cage match.
I know you're trying to make it up and you're trying to remember it, so I just figured I'd look it up for you. Here it is. With the tweets, with the links to all the tweets.
This is the links to every single.
It has. If you look all the highlights, it has all the another Twitter meltdown. All started with a troll tweet from the USA Network account.
So all I got to do is click that.
Yes, sir.
USA Network seemingly jabs Tony Khan for cage match ratings fixation. Okay. Right, because he actually in an interview used cage match as like one of his ways to rate his shows.
So
right?
It's not that he. So the way he said it is like Tony takes it. This is fan feedback. This is that Tony gets instant fan feedback, and so if you look at cage match is a way to hear the fan's voice immediately versus not. That was how he used it to like put it in proper.
Why would you even do that? It's an internet wrestling community.
Well, as according to him, but he's not wrong though, because it's technically it is right. It's consumer feedback.
Sure,
right?
Sure, but you can't take it as gospel. But go ahead.
He said, if you look at cage match, the top 100 shows, almost 90% of them are AEW shows.
So that means AEW is better than WWE then, right?
Yes.
Because
according to I guess cage match speaks for the internet in the way he said it. According to them, they said that.
I got the quote.
Go ahead, hit it.
I'm not reading every article. I got the quote.
No, but that's what I'm saying. I wanted to link you because you can say it straight.
Recently, we've had some. I don't know if I could do Tony.
Oh,
no, I can't do Tony.
Yeah,
recently, we've had some of our best shows we've ever done, and this year, if you look at 2023, and just to use as samples, you can look at fan feedback from different shows. One site that measures fan feedback is Cage Match. Look at the top 100 shows this year and look at how many of them are from AEW. And if you throw this version of ROH in there too, you get some more, but it's pretty incredible. In the top 100 shows that I've over 50 votes, that have over 50 votes, top 100 shows even more so than I have over 100 votes. Look at those and look at how many of them happened in 2023 from AEW or even a couple more from ROH. And that speaks pretty highly, I thought, but much more. So I would talk TV. What did I just read? That's quoted.
Yeah, he said that. That's what I was telling you. I was like, everyone's kind of like making about cage match, but he really is trying to he's trying to talk with it in terms of analytics. He's using his analytics, just not really good analytics, but it's analytics.
Vern, you are a billionaire. You own a company, a professional wrestling company. You're on national television. You don't need cage match. You have Nielsen ratings.
Nielsen doesn't know bangers, Daddy. Cage match knows bangers.
So the metric that they've been using for years and years and years, the Nielsen rating ain't nothing now. Ain't worth a damn. Let's just cagematch.com. Let me go to the original site, cagematch.be. They're from Denmark. .be. Let's see. Oh, let me get it in their language. Let me get it in what do they speak in Denmark?
Dutch?
I thought that was the Norwegian.
Danish? I
think it's Danish.
Okay, we'll go.
I love me a good cheese Danish.
Nope,
we're talking about
going
Danish. There. What you don't like Danishes? Apple Danish?
I do enjoy a good cheese Danish.
Cheese Danish is all right. Apple Danishes are even better. Microwave them up. Okay. Anyway, TKEB. So it started with that. It started with USA trolling Tony. Then Tony tried to come off about a moral victory. A moral victory for USA is one win more than their world title challenger Jinder Mahal has in the past 364 days, because it's been literally a full year since he won a match. You really put AEW in our place getting Jinder Mahal in a big match on your TV show. Do it more often. Vern, that is the owner of the number 2 professional wrestling company. I'm going to call him 2A. Shout out to TNA. Of the number 2A company in America. Shouting at an unknown person hiding behind a TV network Twitter account. Right? Mm-hmm. Right? That's what we're doing, right? Tony Khan faced widespread criticism on the internet following that tweet. A fan expressed their point bluntly, highlighting a valid perspective. Numerous opinions circulated as TK's tweet ignited creativity among meme creators everywhere. We also used to get amused at fans who counted wins like wrestlers earned them. Hell, if Vince wanted, I could have been world champion, but the storyline didn't support it. It's about the story, clearly, not wins in a predetermined space. Thought a boss would understand that. I forgot who said that. Who said that? That wasn't just a random person.
No, I don't know.
That was the coach. That was Coach who said that.
Oh, okay.
That was Coach. I don't know why it was Coach. It was Jonathan Coachman who said that. In response to the initial tweet, a fan pointed out, they put it as a fan. That's crazy. It was clearly Jonathan Coachman. Good job, Ringside News.
Good job, Ringside News.
Yep. In response to the initial tweet, a fan pointed out a situation where Abaddon was granted a title shot. Oh, man, and everybody defended Abaddon. She won it back in October. She won a number 1 contendership a while ago. She earned it. She had 2 matches. She had 2 matches on Collision. They were defending her. I remember that. So she was granted a title shot after being absent from AEW TV for over a year. She hadn't been on Dynamite in forever, which is Tony's Raw. So that point is still valid. Okay. Yeah. Jinder probably worked main event. Jinder probably worked Jacked and Metal, but he wasn't on Raw. So he hadn't been on TV for a year. Abaddon had been on TV for a year. She may have worked Collision. She probably worked Dark when they were still around. Maybe ROH. You wasn't on Dynamite. You wasn't on TV. So Eric Bischoff, upon seeing this tweet, directly questioned Tony Khan's stance, asking whether the information provided was accurate or if it was possibly automated. And then he said, no, E. Bischoff, not true at all. Abaddon returned to AEW. Plus, then because they are, them. They won a 4-way match. I was trying to be like pronouns, pal. Pronouns.
Mm-hmm. Pronouns, pal.
They won a 4-way match on TNT against other great wrestlers to earn the title shot, which is completely different than someone going a full year, losing every match they're in, plus getting a title shot without a single win. Reading would be your friend, Eric. Here comes Eric. Oh, kid. My reading comprehension skills are wizard-like. By the way, that was one of Dave Meltzer's wicked comebacks whenever he'd get called out on his BS. Coincidence, or are you really that deep? During his 83 Weeks podcast, Eric Bischoff revealed that he was actually in his home sauna while he was trolling Tony. Is that what was happening?
Yep. He kept saying that on his show. He said, I was in the sauna, man. You know.
Yeah, I got it. And I can curse here. I was laughing my ass off in the sauna. I was having a blast. Yeah, and I guess that I shouldn't at this stage of my life, age, whatever. But
I love being a troll, man.
But
I love
fucking with people on social media is guilty pleasure of mine.
God,
is that Eric? Did I just piss you off?
So God, his smug voice, his smug
I only brought this up because the reason why these two don't get along is because they're the same person, Vern. Tony Khan is Eric Bischoff. Eric Bischoff is Tony Khan. Two guys who think they know more about the wrestling business than they actually know. And they have a public forum that people can criticize them on it. And one feels like he has to defend something he came up with damn near 30 years ago to this day. And the other one is currently defending a product that is not good at all.
Well, if you saw the podcast that they did, Eric says the reason he beefs with Tony, and I quote, is because he disrespected Ted Turner.
How did he disrespect Ted Turner?
Because he said that a couple of was like last year or a couple, yeah, was it last year that Tony said that he's been in the wrestling game longer than anyone, and he did it better than Crockett, better than Turner, that he did it better than Ted Turner.
Tony said that?
Yeah. He compared himself to Ted Turner and said that he's a smarter businessman than Ted Turner.
What Ted Turner?
So Eric said, yo, when you disrespect people I like, I put you in a special category.
You don't come for the execs, okay?
Yeah.
You can
and he was like,
else, but not the execs.
Okay? The people, and he said, don't come after the people I respect. And he was like, after that,
why he holding up a shield for Ted Turner? Billionaire Ted don't care.
He said, you don't go after people he respects. So when Tony did that, he was done with Tony.
Oh, yeah, that was it. I'm sure.
That was it. According to him, that was the moment he said, I'm through with you.
Until I hear, Tony, I'm back. Better than ever. Oh, my God, Eric Bischoff's here. Stay tuned. AEW Dynamite returns. Yeah, I can't wait to see that nonsense. Then we'll get Tony versus Eric on TV.
Well, that's what Eric said. Eric was like, yo, you paid me, bro. I wanted to go to hang out and see my friends. Like
Mr. Khan versus Eric Bischoff. Dude, whatever. Moving on.
Sure.
From one exec to another. Man, I'm loving these segues. Nick Khan confirms Kevin Dunn's WWE exit. Kevin Dunn is no longer with the WWE. I've got an article by good old Sean Reuter from SB Nation, Cage Side Seats. I like SB Nation. I follow them on YouTube, Secret Base, great channel. Mm-hmm. This article is by Sean Reuter, dateline January 1st, 2024. Nick Khan confirms Kevin Dunn's WWE exit. On Saturday night, a report came out that executive producer and chief of global television distribution, Kevin Dunn, had informed WWE he'd be leaving the company after decades producing shows like Raw and SmackDown, among other duties. Dunn also served as one of Vince's McMahon's most trusted deputies, and his departure was seemingly expected after Endeavor took control of WWE and McMahon was taken out of day-to-day operations for the brand. This morning, January 1st, WWE President Nick Khan sent an email to company employees announcing Dunn's departure. PW Insider, which also broke the news of Dunn's resignation over the weekend, obtained a copy. Of course they did. And this is the actual one. After reading this article, I'm not reading the rest of this thing. Reading the statement. I'm not reading the rest of that. After 40 plus years of helping to build WWE and hands down the best production and media unit in the entire sports and entertainment business, Kevin Dunn will be leaving our company as of today. Before WrestleMania 1, Kevin joined Vince at WWF. Many of us remember a pre-WrestleMania WWF, a regional wrestling company that looked like a regional wrestling company. Then we experienced WrestleMania 1, whether live or on closed circuit or years later elsewhere. It was magic. A regional wrestling company had become a global sports entertainment juggernaut. Vince led the way side by side with Kevin Dunn. With many of us were kids standing in line waiting to play Pac-Man, Kevin was already on the road breaking his back to help build our company. When you see our product now, there is nothing that comes close to its look or feel. 52 weeks later, 3 to 4 times a week, Oh, 3 to 4 times a week. It is singular and truly special. No other company can or will do that, and that is because of Kevin and our media team's hard work, smarts, and determination. We are forever grateful to Kevin. He will always be a part of the WWE family. Paul Levesque, aka Triple H, and I will be having an in-person meeting with the media team at Raw in San Diego today at 12 p.m. with our superstars, and 12:30 p.m. We'll look okay. Seeing many of you there, that's definitely none of our business. That part's definitely none of our business. They're having a meeting. Yeah. So Kevin Dunn, no longer with the E. I only bring this up to bring up the next article where people are saying now the product will now change. And they've already started to see slight changes.
Correct.
And I'll bring it up here. Some that people bring up is the simply the vignettes of Katana Chance and Kaden Carter, and even the promo where Chelsea Green and Piper Niven saw them in the club. That's not very WWE television like. That's NXT.
Yeah,
you see it on
Jeremy
NXT.
Borash.
That's Borash, my boy, Jeremy Borash. With the weird oversized collar, like he had the 70s suit. Remember those 70s suits?
Come on, man. On TNA, come on, man.
Oh yeah. So I'll read this real quick. This is from Wrestling Inc. How Kevin Dunn's departure is reportedly changing WWE TV by Danny Wolstenholme. Dateline, January 16th, 2024. Before 2023 came to a close. Okay, hold on. I'm about to skim. It was reported. Okay. Since Dunn's exit was confirmed by WWE CEO Nick Khan, some new elements of production have appeared on WWE's main roster, including 2 recent segments away from a WWE setting, including Chelsea Green and Piper Niven confronting Katana Chance and Kaden Carter in a club, as well as Tyler Bate and Butch interacting at a coffee shop. According to Fightful, this is a new approach WWE is taking following Dunn's departure. Dunn was allegedly against these types of segments, but they are now expected to become the norm going forward. Notably, segments of this kind were regularly broadcasted on NXT. As per Fightful, WWE CCO Paul Triple H Levesque permitted current Senior Director of Content and Development Jeremy Borash to build a production team on WWE's development brand for the past 3 years, keeping it safely under Dunn's radar. Levesque is said to be pleased with how Borash's work had turned out. Additionally, Fightful has allegedly spoken with various individuals. I don't like these. Okay. Allegedly spoken. I don't know how you allegedly speak to people, but Fightful has allegedly spoken with various individuals involved with WWE's promos who have praised the new process and freedom that comes with it. According to one source at WWE, a scene produced by Dunn would have looked very different with various cutaways during the clip. The NXT-style segments now allow for characters to breathe and scenes to develop. Meanwhile, internally, the club and coffee shop segments were largely positively received. And that is the end of that segment. Article. Your thoughts on the new looks and what you're seeing on WWE TV? And then we're going to head to the main event.
Man, I like it. It's a real fresh look. When I first saw it, I immediately went, whoa, we're doing the NXT thing on Raw. And I was like, okay. And I thought, wow, hey, a new, I immediately, remember I put it in the group chat. I said, whoa, a new look to Raw. They're showcasing a promo in that NXT movie style.
Right.
It works.
I don't mind it.
I don't mind it at all because it's something, you know what? It's different, but also, God, Raw has been getting shot the same for so long.
Years.
And one thing that I've heard and I've learned now listening to so many people talk about TV production is that no TV producer stays in the same job for 40 some odd years. What Kevin Dunn has done is rare. Yeah.
Right.
And so the fact that they've switched person says that they're really interested in going in a new direction, and I'm excited to see where they're going.
So Dunn is also responsible for every camera zoom on Impact during matches in the early 2010s, right? Isn't he the one that's responsible for that?
Well, his inspiration. He's always worked for Vince. Yes. But his inspiration is what doing that is what makes other people think that's what you're supposed to be doing.
Brother, I'm glad that's not done anymore. Because at one point, I mean, I used to see, sometimes you'd see the cameramen on camera from some different cameraman, and you could see them doing this nonsense. And I'm like, I don't need that to enjoy my wrestling. I don't need you to move the camera. I bet he was like, man, I sat down and I watched an action flick and I realized they cut away every time they do a punch. Well, yeah, because they're not hitting each other. They don't touch each other. We
Yeah.
touch each other.
Word.
It's okay. You can let them see us touch each other. Pause. That sounds weird. But yeah, to piggyback off of you, I noticed it too. The coffee shop had me like, wait a minute. The last time, and so the E would have done that. They would have went to a coffee shop, but it wouldn't have been shot that way. It would have been.
It wouldn't have been that
cameras
4K
they use
look,
for their
yeah.
regular promos. Kind of like, do you remember when Sheamus and Cesaro they became
The
friends
bar.
and they went to the
Yeah.
bar after they became right before they became the bar?
Yeah, man.
And I think when Big Damo was there and they threw around Big Damo, I believe, I'm not mistaken. They threw around some guy that wasn't signed yet. That's a Kevin Dunn produced promo. It looked like it was a studio filmed shot as opposed to we took a really high powered 4K camera and just went on location. Excuse me. Going on location is so much better. Think of those Mellow promos when he's in the barbershop. It kind of became like his thing. Like, oh, when Mello's cutting a promo, talking about his next opponent, he's going to be in the barbershop.
Yep.
Like that was cool that way to think of that. Like giving these guys a setting is cool.
Because it just gave the show a look, you know what I mean? Like it gave the show a different look. It gave the show something unique, something that was different, something like, oh, okay, we're different look, right? Different something.
Even the subtleness of like they cut a promo and the promo's done and they start walking and their camera's still following them, or characters that are not on the show walking in the background that you might miss if you're not paying attention.
No.
That stuff was never being done last year. Just this year alone. Well, not this year, 2023 alone, we have seen big differences once H took over, bro, fully. And now with Dunn gone too,
yeah,
I can only imagine what this is going to look like. There was a promo I saw. I was like, man, this feels TKO-ish. This feels like a UFC MMA promo. I can't remember what it was.
The CM Punk, this from past Raw, the CM Punk and Drew, when CM Punk and Drew were in the ring together.
Not in the ring. It was like a regular camera shot one, straight ahead camera shot.
Okay, no, because even though the ones that Punk, even the ones they've been doing in the ring as of late, the way the promos have been done, it feels different. It doesn't feel the same. Remember the way the show started, where it started with Jim Ross and Raw, not Jim. What did I say? Jim Ross, Jesus.
Vince?
No, the announcers for Raw, Michael Cole and Michael Cole and what's his name? Corey, what's his name?
The British dude. I can't remember his name.
Is that his name? Is that the dude? Is he the one on Raw right now, or is he on SmackDown?
He's on SmackDown now, but now on Raw, it's Michael and Wade.
Michael and Wade. That they started in the ring. They started the show in the ring, and they welcomed you to the presentation for tonight. And it opened up
like Joey Styles, ECW style.
It opened up
the show in
like
the
a
ring.
wrestling show.
Like a rest. That's different, because I've always said the WWE is not a wrestling show. It's a TV show about wrestling.
This, when it opened up with them in the ring, I was like, wow, that is such a
I missed that. I
different
must
look.
not have seen that.
I dug it. At the very beginning of the show, they started off in the ring.
What happens? You try to put a 7-year-old to sleep around the same time. I don't think I've caught the beginning of Raw, like the I haven't seen that in months. But yeah, no, definitely a big change, and I can't wait to see what's next, brother. I don't know if you got anything else before we head on to the main.
I'm good, man. Let's go to the main event.
All right, main, brother. Here we go. Royal Rumble 2024. Vern Bocce. Look at that. Look at that card, huh? Don't have much to talk about as far as card. I'll just say it quick. Two Rumble matches. We got Logan Paul, Kevin Owens for the U.S. title, and we got the Fatal 4-Way that we mentioned earlier for the Universal Championship. Roman, Randy, AJ, LA. I kind of want to just focus on the Rumbles right now.
Yeah.
Because I feel like with the way the direction of the TV show has been, they're focused more on the Rumbles than the matches. I feel like every character's focus is the Rumble as opposed to conflict. So you can have a match and then there's a Rumble as well. It's like, no, if we're beefing around January, we're going to settle it in the Rumble, you know? So that's why I wanted to be like, hey, let's do that. So I only had a couple questions for you, and then we're going to get the hell on out of here.
All right, man. Let's make it happen.
Who wins the 2024 men's and women's Royal Rumble?
Okay.
I'm going to write these down.
All right.
MRR. Who's your winner? I think I know already, but I feel like you're gonna try and be different here.
All right. So for the men's,
Yep.
I think the men's winner to the Rumble is CM Punk.
Ooh, okay. You think CM Punk wins the Royal Rumble?
I think CM Punk wins the men's Rumble, and for the women,
I feel like the women, it's
the women. Man, there's a great question. Who wins
Right.
it for the women right now?
I got my two. I'm gonna write them down.
All right, give me 1 second. Let me.
While you're doing your thing, you're good.
Yeah.
Because after I'm gonna ask you why you picked these two. So what the hell just happened? Cursor just disappeared. Okay.
Question.
Sure.
Becky Lynch.
Sure.
Becky Lynch. Does Becky have a Rumble win?
I believe so. It's when she became Becky 2 belts. She won the Rumble.
Oh,
broke her nose, came back, won the Rumble. Becky 2 belts.
That's when Nia broke her nose. Yeah.
I believe. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure she won a Rumble.
Man, I feel like we could. Man,
do you want me to go?
Yeah,
What do you think?
Go ahead.
Gotta finish it. Gotta finish the story. Adrenaline in my soul. Every thought out of control. Cody's my Rumble winner still. I still get Punk and Rollins. You still get Punk
and Rollins. You still get Cody. You still get Cody.
Cody Roman.
You still get Cody Roman.
I know
Rollins.
your way. You'll still get Cody Roman. I want you to get there for me, and then we'll talk for that. My women's. It's my girl, Triple B's, Big Booty Bailey. I'm picking Bailey to win the Rumble this year for a Bailey Io Sky Mania matchup. That's what I'm going with. I don't see any other woman. Who's the other champion right now? Rhea? I don't think the girl who wins the Rumble is going to face Rhea.
No.
I feel like the girl who wins the Rumble is going to face
Are
Io.
Do you see there a world where Nia is going to end up wrestling? Nia Jax is my pick.
For the Rumble?
I think Nia Jax and Rhea end up being a Rumble match. No, you know what? No.
Mania match?
No,
Nia and Rhea?
I think Nia Rhea is going to be. You see Nia Rhea Perth?
I see Rhea in the chamber winning in Perth. That's what I saw. That was my idea.
I feel like somewhere in here, Nia gets they take the belt off Nia.
You take the belt off Rhea, you mean?
Yeah, Rhea. You know what? I don't.
Rhea's going to be the champion going into Mania. That's
I
my
know,
thought.
right? That's what I'm thinking. And Becky. I'm going to go Becky.
You going Becky? Okay.
Let's go with my original pick.
That's a safe pick. Safe pick. So you got CM Punk, you got Becky. Okay. All right. And I've got Cody and I've got Bailey. Right.
Later tonight, I'm going to be thinking about this. I'm going to go, you know what? Should have said somebody else.
You're gonna send me a text 3 a.m. Like I'm switching.
Yeah, I'm switching.
Okay.
I had another thought about it.
So your Mania main event, night 1, based off of this Rumble win. Who's your Mania main event, night 1?
Oh, Seth Rollins, CM Punk.
Okay, night 1, Seth Punk. Night 2, Cody Roman.
It's the only match that makes sense.
Yeah, I'm with you there. Let me just put V so I can remember. So for me, I think we're the same, in all honesty. I want to be different just for the sake of being different.
Sure.
But at right now, at this point, like I want to include Gunther in there somehow, but I feel like Gunther's just going to be some like dope opener somewhere, maybe.
Correct. Yeah. No, I would tell you that's a waste of a pick. If you put Gunther in there, you're just wasting it.
Yeah, I just want to. Maybe I want to for Prof more than anybody else. Definitely night 2 is Cody Roman. I believe that. I think we get I think we somehow get the Seth Punk through the chamber. I think Seth cost Punk winning the Rumble. Right? They set up the chamber. They have that one chamber match for the men. Winner gets the World Heavyweight title shot. Cody wins the Rumble. Cody and Roman are set, right? You tell that story for 3 months, 2 months. You got to have an elimination chamber match to figure out the number 1 contender for your World Heavyweight Championship. You pit 6 guys in there. CM Punk is one of them. CM Punk comes out of the chamber as the winner. There's your CM Punk, Seth Rollins Mania match. I have to have that as night one. If I go through all of that work to get there, that has to be night one. And Cody, I'm with you. Cody finishing the story. Instead of making 2 lines of the exact same thing, I'm just gonna put 2 initials. I can't see anything else right now. Like I loved last year because I'm big on tag team wrestling, that we got a tag team main event, but the story called for it. The story was so immaculate, you needed that to be the main event.
Yeah.
This year, the main event ain't. There's no story right now happening that's set in stone. Be like, oh, that's the Mania one, because we're just guessing it's going to be Cody Roman.
Correct.
They have not told us it's going to be Cody Roman.
Yeah.
If anything, they say, hey, it's going to be Rock Roman. If that's what everybody's saying, but we shall see. We shall see, sir. Anything you want to say before we go for my next question?
No, man. Go ahead.
Surprises. Who do you think will make returns, debuts, anything like that for the Rumble?
You know what? Here's gonna be my one random surprise. I think Obafemi is gonna make a surprise at this Rumble.
You're Oba feminist.
The way the push they've given him, he's got that aura about
match.
He's got that aura about him that it's like, man, you'd love to see that at Rumble. You'd even just to hear the pop. But then again, I'm like, would the people even know who he is?
He might get Rusev. Remember when Rusev first came out?
Yeah.
On the Rumble, he was like number 3, and people were like, "Who the hell is this guy?"
But then I watched this monster work, and you went, "Wow!"
Right. So you going over Femi? Anybody else? Men or women doesn't matter.
Yeah. So Obafemi's a reach for me. Let me see surprises in the Rumble. Any legends? I think we come back. Anybody coming back? You know what? I'll be honest with you. I can't think of anyone coming back that would make me jump out of my seat because, man, they're really stacked right now, right? Like it's hard.
Do you think their roster is good enough? They don't need surprises like that. Like last year, I think last year there was barely any, if any. I can't remember.
That's what I mean. Like I feel like if we were to get a return, it would be a Brock. Like you'd get a return, like an active wrestler return, not a. I mean, Mr. Perfect making a date, right? Like not a Mr. Perfect making a comeback.
It could be people who've been gone for a while. I'm not saying specifically anybody. That's why I'm like, I don't want you to think I'm bogging you down.
What? I'll say Brock. I'll say maybe we might get a Brock comeback at the Rumble.
Okay, sure, I'm with that.
Because it's WrestleMania season, so WrestleMania season comes, got to bring out Brock.
Sure.
You know what? Biggie.
You stole mine.
Biggie is my Big E's gonna make his comeback. I just have this feeling that they're gearing us up for a Big E return.
All right, you've been watching Gunther and Imperium and the New Day?
It just feels like something's brewing there.
Could it be Gunther Big E at Mania? I would love that as a return.
I would love that too. But
Big E returns here, maybe interacts with Gunther because I'm sure Gunther's gonna have another good run in the Rumble again.
Yeah,
maybe has some kind of interaction with Gunther. Maybe there's a segment where Imperium's on Kofi. If Kofi's probably not gonna be back by then, right? I'll probably be back by the Rumble because it was a worked injury for Kofi. It was a shoot for Vinci, but Kofi and Woods beat down by Imperium. They're all in there together. 3, 2, 1. It's a new day. Yes, it is. Big E. The people will lose it.
Yeah.
And all he's got to do is a few belly to bellies, off the ropes, get a splash in, help his boys up, a couple eliminations. Big E's back. You know what I mean? So
I'm with it.
I think that'd be a good way. I had Big E as my first one as well. No. I was gonna say Naomi in the Forbidden Door, but she's not in Impact anymore. But I'm still saying Naomi. I feel like
there's another good one. Naomi, yes, I could see Naomi making a comeback.
Yep. I like the Obafemi one. I don't think Brock. I think Brock skips out this Mania.
You think he skips out, man? Okay.
I don't think they need him.
I don't think so either.
So I think they skip out on Brock this time.
It's a payday, and Saudi's coming up, so his WrestleMania is coming up. You know what I mean? Like,
gotta get that Millie, baby. Top of my head, I feel like I had more. Top of my head right now,
right? Like, we're not in a place where you need to see legends come back,
right? I'm hoping like a Carmelo is in that Rumble.
That's what I mean. I'm interested in seeing NXT people make surprises. I'm not interested so much in like you know what? Here's one for you, Lexis King. I'd like to see Lexis King, like an NXT.
I got one for you too.
NXT guys. Let me see some NXT guys in there. So go ahead, Bill.
Braun Breaker.
Yes.
Give me Braun.
Give me Braun in the Rumble. Yes.
Anybody else? Anybody else you can think of? What about Trick? You think Trick would get a pop?
I think Trick would get a pop, but I don't think Trick.
I don't think they'll put him in there, but
no, Trick needs work.
Oh yeah, sure, for sure. Trick,
Trick
is still green.
Yeah. Because I mean, I'm thinking about the guys who I'm sure they're going to be in it. Like I'm sure To the Moon. What's his name?
Cameron Grimes.
I'm sure Cameron Grimes will be in it, but like I'm trying to think of other people.
Trying to think who else, man.
Anybody that's been released that I could think of? No.
Does that Julia girl make her appearance here at the Rumble, or is it too soon? It's 10 days away.
I mean, so as of yesterday or today, all indications are that Julie is just sitting out there without a contract, even though she's wrapped up a lot of her dates and broke up her gimmick, gave up the belt. Everything says that she's leaving.
Yeah.
Yet, according to Dave and according to the IWC, nobody's reached out to her with a contract offer.
CM Punk is definitely not in talks with the WWE either. Remember that. CM Punk wasn't in talks with the WWE either.
Sources.
I'm putting Julia.
That'd be fun.
Yeah,
I've never seen her work, so
yeah,
it's with a G. G-U-L-I-N.
I got it.
Okay. You know what? I'm set with that.
Yeah.
I'm good with that list.
You gave me no ladies though.
I didn't give you any ladies because I
give me one lady.
Because you kept naming ladies, and I was like, "Oh, it's a good pick too. That's another good pick."
Yeah.
Oh, Mickey James,
Mickey Hogan, sir. She used to be Mama Mickey. She used to be Mama Mickey.
Mickey Hogan will figure out a way to say, "Hey, brother, I think I should be able to come on in." You know what? Tara. Who was the one with the spider? That was Tara, right?
Tara. That was her name in Victoria. Her name was Tara in Impact.
Okay, then Victoria.
I don't think, but didn't she?
She's been making appearance. She made an appearance.
She did some Impact appearances, right? I feel like she bumped in the ring or something.
I don't know. I
don't know either. Okay, maybe I'm bugging.
There. So those are my surprises. I'll toss this in there.
All right, Vern, we good. We are done. Wave that pencil for a peek behind the curtain. It is before midnight.
We've never done this before.
Bro, is this going to be the new wave? When
I liked it, though. I'm not going to lie to you. This was good. I feel good.
Lots of quick hitters.
Yeah, man.
A few main ones. I feel there's a lot of levity today. I'm naming this one 100 weeks. That's what I'm naming the show. 100
heck yeah.
100 weeks of wrestling.
You know what? Because I feel like we finally figured out we don't need to beat a dead horse on some of these subjects. We can just, because of some of the stuff you would ask me, I'd go, you know what? I'm not going to repeat what you just said. So I was like, I'm good. Because I'll just end up repeating you. So why would I just repeat what you just said?
What's funny is once we stopped watching AEW, I feel like we're less angry when we come on as well too, which is insane. It's not insane. It's understandable. But here we are. You waved that pencil already? Should I be tuning up my guitar?
Yes, sir. I waved that pencil.
Tuning up the guitar.
Tune up that royalty-free music.
I tried to find it for Batista. We definitely got copyright because I couldn't find it. I couldn't find copyright-free music, so I just used the regular song. I walk for miles inside this bit of danger. It was worth it. I love that song. But back to the original. I got to talk to Shay. He'll get me it. It's time to wrap this thing on up and take it on home. So with all that being said, for my man, Vernon Somoza. Touch it. La, 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 la. I am Frank Champion. I am me. He is him. We are they. Pronouns, pal. Say peace, Vern.
Peace, Vern.
And we're out of here. Before midnight. I love it.